Hello everybody and welcome to the Genshin live stream. Has been a wonderful Sunday. Hello Xnay and Fat. I hope you have a wonderful day. And that it will become even better so you can watch my live stream. Okay, we have part 2 of the event. I haven't done any event activities yesterday. But, I just want to prioritize the story. And the activities we can do later on. So today we'll also prioritize the story. And if I have some time left, we might do some of the activities as well. But that's secondary. Have I forgotten anything like important weekly? Not really. Trans domains is the only thing that really matters. Okay, let's start with some dailies then. What's this? Oh, this is for the event activities, right? Yeah. Separate quest for those. But it's actually it's one of the events, kind of like the one in Fontaine, where the event activities and the event story are kind of unrelated. I mean, like they both happen alongside each other, but they're not really central to the story. Because there are events where it's like a festival or something. The story revolves around the festival and the activities are part of the festival, right? Stuff like that. But here Kola is just out doing some stuff. Oh, this is a pretty cool quest. But it would have been cooler if it was a one-time quest. Wait, what was I saying? We talked with Kolei. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing stuff here." And Tinari is busy because he's doing some other stuff. And then like we go to Tinari and we have the story. We go with Kolei and we have the activities. I think that's like fine. Not really an issue. Especially because we do still get those festivals. Because the festival events in Genshin are some of my favorites. And it's one thing that I really miss in the other Hoyo games. We kinda had that in Zenless in like 1.1, was it? There was the Camellia Golden Week. But that was like the one and only time it happened. The events now are more Star Rally, where it's just like a glorified world quest with some unique gameplay in it, and that's the event. It's good that they are permanent, but the stories never hit nearly as well as the Genshin events.
迷える者リンヤに永遠の安寧を治療しないと嘘はいけないね真実はまるで影
It's not simulated universe. It's currency wars, a different mode. They don't play the same. And also lore-wise they are very different. But Agla is one of the better characters. If you can get some good speed boosting gear, even with Trial Aglaya she can be a carry. Okay. Sumeru dailies are probably my least favorite, to be honest. So much time wasting stuff like chase a weasel or kick shrooms. Let me fight some enemies or whatever. But yeah, so far I've only played like one game of that for the weekly rewards. Didn't have time for anything more. So we can't really comment on it because it's just like the baby difficulties. Okay, he can destroy it. She can destroy it. Nobody in this team can destroy these things properly. Maybe if I press my E, it's actually... Yeah, okay, this works better. Hello, Wilson? Okay, yeah, this works. I can deal lunar damage. Lunar bloom damage to the towers. Event quest part 2. Oh, okay. Screw these guys. Let's just go to Sumeru. So it will be like the usual, plus event quest. I'm pretty curious where it will go. Yesterday was just like pretty much an introduction, and today we'll actually have some questing. And like, is this the final chapter? Like the second and final chapter? It would be so weird. But it might be. I don't know. I will see today. Oh yeah, there was a redemption code that is so bad I didn't even bother posting it on Discord. Like, this is what we got: 5,000 mora and 2 books. 2 blue books. The worst redemption code of all time. They didn't even give us like food. Like jewelry soup or whatever. Every book counts. I don't remember what the code was, unfortunately. Okay, I opened this so many times. I hate exclamation marks, man. Are all the activities unlocked yet? I don't know. I don't care about them for now. Activities I will just do when I have some free time. For now, what I'm concerned with is the event story. What should I spend my resin on? I can just farm more artifacts to try to get some minor Fleens updates mostly. Or I could ascend my Razor. Maybe this is the play. Yeah, it probably is. I do like Razor. At worst, he will just be like a very good character for theater. And at best, maybe I'll even use him in some endgame. Probably not though. I have too many characters to use Razor even after his buffs. Like when I have Fleens and Varese, I will never use Razor. But he's gonna be like the second best 4-star carry after Gaming. And he's not scuffed like Gaming. So I would say he's even better. Because imagine actually playing Gaming. Yeah, let's ascend him. The Thunder team is actually pretty good here. Oh wait, can I bloom? Okay, what is the mechanic now? Okay, this works. While in the locked form, he doesn't have an electro infusion, so that's when we can bloom him. Oh, he's too high up for me to hit him properly. That was gonna scuff. Oh wow, this does not damage the crystal. Lunar Bloom damage doesn't damage the electro crystals. Intriguing. Or it just doesn't apply Dendro is the issue. I thought you would have at least some Dendro application from that. It doesn't really matter for real Nefer teams, but matters for stuff like shields. Might be kinda annoying against the Baptist, actually, to have bad elemental application. Yeah. I mean, you have like Lauma and possibly even another Dendro to help you out. Shouldn't be a big deal, but Nefer herself won't be doing nearly as much as I would think she would be doing. Okay, and let's still go here to just grab something with my condensed resin. My Flynn still needs friendship. I could put them both in the friendship team, but he will hit max friendship soon enough. I use him a lot in domains and such. Yeah, he's already 8.
掃除対象そうだバシャバシャ水力6308
ほらわしづかに死の底へ
I swapped my Inefa and Aino. Oh yeah, because I no longer need like to proc a reaction with Aino. But this way the burst duration doesn't line up as well. I should still go Inefa first and then Aino second, no? Because this like 14 seconds duration. And this is 20. This doesn't end. And the burst. What is the buff duration from the burst? It's 20 seconds as well. Yeah. Another electro damage bonus goblet. This one is not even good though. Double crit attack percent feather. I don't think I want that, but I can check it out. Like for a speedrun like this?
ほら目を閉じて
I guess Aino first is better, possibly. I can catch more particles. But for longer fights... Ooh, HP Suns? Nah, I have better HP Suns. Yeah, I feel like I will be going Inefa first anyways. And this is just weird to have Aino before Inefa. I would go do my artifact route now, before I start doing the event story. Oh, that's so cute, the ducky. But I started pretty late yesterday. I don't even remember when exactly, so I will do it towards the end of the stream. And I had like breaks during it. I had a bathroom break during it, I had some reviews during it as well. So I might like midway through I might suddenly find that the spots haven't loaded yet. And it could even happen in the King the Shed Tomb. And then those spots will not be able to spawn afterwards if they don't spawn immediately. Okay, so let's go to the pot. Plant what I have the most of, which is seagrass in this case. And the snapdragons. I need to do some more like Notcry wood farming and crystal farming and whatever, because I'm running out of these Notcry plants. I would have them capped all the time. And now I might run out soon. Okay. Grab, create, grab. Can I craft more? I can create one of those, but not the other. Why do I need 12 wood for a, like, bare bones table? I guess it's very, like, unrefined wood. As in, it's like, you know, the raw product. Just treated to resist moisture. Okay. So I will need more wood for. I need more pandunculate oaks for this. Either I will go farm wood a bit more, or we will
同点につ
get more with magical crystals. But for that, I should be grinding more magical crystals around the world. But yeah, let's just start the event story. Let's go to Sumeru. Sumeru では。なるほど、Sumeru で何でもどこでも休めるからね。Sinner's joke. Yesterday in Japanese was pretty great actually. You can rest anywhere in Sumeru. Which in Japanese was Sumeru de Yasumeru. Way better than the English pun about pipes or whatever. Okay. Wait for 10 billion years. Switch to my quest team, including Nahida. Zoom. Literally the middle of nowhere. Oh, I can't scan them, it's so far away. Desert vibes with the little foxy. The cinematography.
地図によるとこの辺りのはずだな。そういえば今まであんまり気にしてなかったけど、目的地に近づいてるって考えたらなんかドキドキしてきたぞ。
Might just be jitters of excitement.
それはちょっと違うんじゃないか。あ、ティナリたちだ。みんな早いな。
They must have set out last night.
砂漠の暑さは普通の人間でも長時間は耐えられないからな。昼間を避けて移動したのは正解だぞ。よう、着いたぞ。
お、時間ぴったりだね。
Looks like the desert's treating you okay so far.
うん。まだそんなに暑くないし、水分も十分補給してあるから心配ないよ。
レイラさんの話だと残るはあと2人だな。
What about Jer?
ジェルはここに残るよ。もし僕たちが時間内に戻らなかったら、彼が救援隊を率いて行動を開始する手はずになってる。
You came in Standard by 2 AM, should you? No. I never did anything after like 8 PM. And I don't think you should either. Eating in the middle of the night is a surefire way to like get fat, get diabetes, high blood pressure, stuff like that, you know. In general, it's never a good idea to eat in the middle of the night, unless you have not eaten for like, you know, a week and you are starving. Then sure, you can. But on a regular day, if you ate something during the day, do not eat during the night. Just don't. Just drink some water, go to sleep.
責務は必ず全うしてみせます。
そうなのか。よく考えてるな。
Just because it's already bad is not a reason to make it even worse.
ジュライセン先生にも調査のことは伝えてあるよ。先生はここしばらく R 村に滞在してるから、僕たちに何かあれば助けに来てくれる。
こんなに頼りになる仲間がいるって分かったら緊張が解けてきたぞ。
I mean, 65 kilograms is not much. I mean, depends on your height, but it's not much even for a short person. But it's about more than just body weight, right? Did you get a good night's sleep, Layla? She never gets a good night's sleep.
ちゃんと眠れたよ。この前のこともあって先生が特別に休みをくれたの。研究のことはゆっくり休んでから考えればいいって。え、じゃあ砂漠に調査に来たこと先生は知ってるのか？うん。最初は止めようとしてたけど大マハマトラ様が同行するって伝えたら安心して許可してくれたよ。セイノはほんと頼りになるな。どうしたんだ？さっきからずっと黙ってるけど。
He's getting ready for a joke.
機嫌悪いのか？
いや、言葉を使いこなす者はよく耳を傾けるものだ。俺は今お前たちの話を真剣に聞き考えていたんだ。
あ、アルハイゼン、カーベ、こっちだ。
ちょうど力作を言おうと思ったんだが。
まあまあ、これからいくらでもチャンスはあるから。書記官さんに超有名建築デザイナーさん、やっと来てくれたね。こんにちは。
よしてくれ。なんで僕だけ超有名なんだ？こいつもセノやディシア、ニーローと同じくらい有名だろ。
それはもちろん君の方がずっと有名だからだ。普通の教令員職員にどんな名声があるというんだ？
とぼけるな。君の言葉にはかなりの影響力があるはずだぞ。前も職権を使って知恵の殿堂から新着本を借りてただろう。
本を借りるくらい職員証があれば誰でもできることだ。
知らないとでも思ってるのか？あくまで表向きそう言ってるだけで書記官の顔を立ててるに決まってる。
それならクラクサナリデビ様に教令員の職務分担に関して不服申し立てをしてみればいい。
おい、そこまで言ってないだろ。
二人とも相変わらず口達者だね。メラックもこんにちは。川辺さんの助手はやる気満々みたいだね。善は急げだ。予想外の出来事があるかもしれないし、さっさと決着をつけよう。
True. Let me scout ahead.
一人で行かせるわけにはいかないよ。ジェル、入り口はここだよね。
そうです。
よし、準備ができたら調査を始めようか。
Part 2, go. And see, they are all gone. Why would they be all gone? It's so that we can scan them with Nahida.
今のところ怪しいものは怪しいヤシ道中のご無事を祈っています。外のことは私に任せてください。
Yeah, these guys are no thoughts cut empty.
今のところ怪しいものは怪しい。
I might switch somebody out for Varesa so that I can actually fight. I mean, I'm not much heavier, but I'm over 190 centimeters tall. I'm like 72 kilograms. Like 192 centimeters ish. Okay, maybe the Wanderer will go out for Varesa.
お腹空いてない？食べ物なら持ってるからね。
And so I can go like Chiori, Nahida, Varesa, and that's like, we can do something with this. Oh, I should have taken Charlotte as well. Whatever. the skeleton noises.
口の中が砂だらけだ。流砂の中に入るのってこんな感覚なんだな。
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I should add push-ups. No, for several reasons. Not because I couldn't do them, but because you couldn't. I would need to like change my camera positioning so that you could see me on the floor. Right now you could not see me at all if I was on the floor. Also, my hands would get dirty. If I were to touch my floor, I would need to go wash my hands every time, and that's annoying because I'm like, I can't just touch the floor and then touch my keyboard and mouse, you know? I need to wash my hands in between those two. Squats are fine because I'm not touching anything. But push-ups would not be fine. Fitka. Rag would be even worse. It's easy to clean the floor. It's not easy to clean a rag. I have stuff like that as well, but I don't see it as clean either, you know? I'm pretty, like that's kind of my quirk, mental deficiency. I don't know how to call it. But I like subconsciously categorize everything into like unclean and clean and in between. And then I if I touch something that's unclean, I will not touch anything that's clean until I go wash my hands. And it doesn't even have to like make much sense. My sweaty mouse is clean for me, but like, you know, a glass of water somebody touched, even if they had clean hands, is unclean. Because I can never know for sure if somebody's hands were clean or not. I don't drive cars. And if I were to drive a car, I would wash my hands after going out of the car. Before I go touch my, like, mouse and keyboard. But a car wouldn't be much of an issue, because everything in the car would be at, like, the car level of unclean. So all I would need is just, you know, wash my hands before doing anything after getting out of the car. I have the Plarge Zhongli, and I don't wash him, but I don't touch him with dirty hands either. So he's in like the clean category. I just don't touch him if my hands are dirty, you know? Same for the Citlalin over there. Those things are in the clean category, so I can touch them. But if my hands get dirty at any point, by touching something else, I need to go wash them before I continue touching clean things. It's like, it doesn't make sense. I should probably like treat myself for this or whatever, but you know. I feel like not touching my mouse and keyboard after like, you know, touching the floor. It's not that nonsensical though. Like the floor can never be perfectly clean. No, like I said, the categories. Also, hello, Babysin, but the categories don't have to make sense in an objective manner. My sweaty gaming peripherals are clean, because my hands get sweaty automatically, right? Like if my hands by themselves are dirty, then everything is dirty. That wouldn't. That I couldn't live like that. You know, I would go wash my hands every like 15 minutes. I still sometimes do that, but it would be even worse. So yeah. So my sweat doesn't count.
いや、本当に流砂に飲まれたんなら呼吸困難になってるはずだよ。今の感じは砂を通り抜けた後、直接どこかに転送されたみたいだったね。
ああ、同感だ。
つまりパイモンはただうっかり砂を食べちゃっただけってこと？
笑うなよ。おいらだけじゃないはずだぞ。ほら見ろ。
笑うな。君だって絶対靴の中に砂が入ってるだろう。
This place looks kind of familiar. Well, looks like everyone made it here unscathed. Let's keep going. So it's the ruin from Nefer's memories. Wonder if you get that scene if you haven't done the Archon quest yet? We were never able to enter the ruin in Nefer's memories though. Do I swear off stream? Very rarely, and only in English. So like,
なんで魔物が
I never swear in Polish,
そんなこと言ってなか
or
ったのに。
almost never swear in Polish.
彼は出会わなかったんだろうね。
It's like less than once a
運
month
が悪いな。
kind of category.
まさかいきなり。
大丈夫。先に悪運を使い切れば。
And when I speak English off stream, I swear a bit more often, but I don't speak English outside of the stream all that often. Like it's pretty rare for me to speak English. Other than when I stream. It also depends on like who I talk to. I do have some friends that are more swear happy. Wait. Artifact spots are here?
遅刻遅刻。
Intriguing. Are there artifact spots behind this door as well? Yo, there is one. Should I grab them? I'm just so because this is like a limited area. I need to make a mental note of like I need to skip 2 spots. Let me actually make a note. So it depends on like who I'm talking with. Nah, it's not minus EXP. Because I grab all the spots possible anyways, every day. Like whenever I stream. So I'm not missing out. I mean, not every spot possible, but all the regular spots possible. I don't go for the... like extra spots from like bubbles and stuff. So where was I? It depends on who I'm talking to. But I don't really swear by myself. No. If you swear too much, swearing has no meaning. Swearing only has power if you swear rarely. Somebody who swears all the time is just hard to listen to. And it's just like pointless. Like it's just Honkai Star railifies your dialogue, you know? A lot of words that don't mean much. If you just swear all the time. If somebody like never swears, but then something really bad happens, and they drop like a bomb suddenly, like that's when it like shakes the room, you know? So I don't think swear words are like evil incarnate and must be avoided at all costs. But I do feel like a lot of people overuse swear words, and then it's like, what's the point anymore? According to the other Layla, there should be a door nearby with a strange device in front of it. Ah, there it is. But the door is shut and the device seems to be out of energy. In that case, it should be disabled. Good, at least we won't fall into the same trap. I should probably remind everyone not to touch anything though. Be careful everyone, don't run around touching everything. What's my mic again? Is the Shure M7? Is that right? Shure MV7. MV7. It's like a good entry-level mic. It's not like a professional mic. It just connects to your PC via a USB. More professional mics. There are even mics from Shure that look exactly the same, but just instead of connecting straight to your PC, you would have to connect them to like some amp or whatever. I'm not an audio guy. And then you connect that to your PC. So like, here everything is just stuck inside the mic. So you don't have the kind of hardware. But for something like a casual stream, this is more than good enough. I would have to be making like real big bucks to upgrade it. Like I really need to upgrade my cam. My cam is like objectively bad. And it's not just like entry level or anything. And similar with cameras, like you know, a casual streamer. As a casual streamer, you might go for like just a higher end webcam, but if you want to be like a real professional, you just go for an actual camera. But most of the streamers I know with actual cameras always have some issues setting them up, and they like fall every like other stream or something. I mean, that's probably just skill issue on their part. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna go into an actual camera. I'll just try to pick up like a decent webcam. I also need stream lights. I used to have a light, but it broke. And I never bothered to replace it. You want to get back into your hobby of singing? Have I heard of the AT 2020? No. I'm not really all that much into mics. I just did some research when I was buying my mic. And yeah, I bought this one. I'm pretty happy with it. You really enjoy my Star Wars filter. Especially here on my like black turtleneck. You can see the like shimmering. Sometimes I have like this weird like stripes. I'm not even sure where they come from. It's not that bad today though. Sometimes it gets much worse. But yeah, I might look into it soon. Okay, bigger everyone, don't run around touching everything. Yeah, I mean a better camera would do better in low light conditions as well. But it's mostly due to the lights. Because I had the same camera before. And the video quality was much better.
もちろんだ。
言ってることはわかるよ。でも先に進むにはこの鍵のかかった扉を通らなきゃならない。
お、またドキドキの鍵探しタイムか。オイラと旅人の冒険経験から言ってすぐ近くに何かあるはずだ。探してみようぜ。
あ、メラック、ちょっと待て。
It's older than the new gen Fortnite players. Can I scan Mera?
陶器に興味があるようだな。よし、壊してみろ。
自分でやってくれないか。
Way opening key.
メラック、 もしかしてここがお前の故郷だったりするのかい？
ひひ、なんて言ってるかわからないけど、メラックの声なんだか嬉しそうだな。
機械生命も強襲に駆られるとは新発見だ。
メラックが先導してくれるなら安全だよな。
Yep, let's follow Mehrek's lead. I will open the door. Stay on your guard, everyone. And yeah, nobody is here, right? If this was not a Sumeru event, they would have every character like in different corners of the room. But because it's a Sumeru event, they want to avoid Nahida dialogue. Can I not touch this? No.
Kabe がいなかったら扉一つ開かなかったぞ。助かったぜ。
いやいや、感謝ならメラックにしてくれ。
しまった。よく考えたらオイラの最高のガイドの称号が工具箱に奪われちゃうかも。
Don't worry, Paimon, even at your most useless, you are stuck with me.
ちょっと感動したけど、なんだか余計に悲しくなってきた。
みんな、いい知らせだ。今のところ僕たちに悪い症状は出てない。ただ
ここには扉が3つある。
ならここからは一旦バラすか。ああ、言っておくが、チームをバラすという意味であって怖い意味じゃないからな。
わかってるよ。
Okay, but we'll need to mark our paths.
うんうん。それと状況が悪くなったらすぐ引き返すことにしよう。
うわー、なんだかワクワクしてきたぞ。それでどうやってグループ分けするんだ？オイラは絶対に旅人と一緒のチームがいいぞ。
Nobody wanted Paimon anyways. But why would we split up? We should just stick as a group and go one by one. Are we that, like, short on time? Come on. Merak was a popular pick, but I decided that Merak should go with, or rather, lead Kave's team. Okay, so we do have the teams. So yeah, this way they can make sure we don't have Nahida in our team to read the mind.
懐かしいね。前に砂漠で会った時は君たちが仕掛けてきたんだっけ？
ほう、どうやら仕返しの時間のようだな。悔しければいつでもスリルあふれる決闘をしてやる。
決闘がしたいなら別に僕は止めないよ。でもそれは帰ってからにして。今はやるべきことが先だ。
Oh, it's this mighty Nari. But the trial Sinnoh. It seems like you get your own character if you are at least at C3. Wait, but do I not have C3 settles? Or is it just my build not good enough? Maybe he just not leveled. Yeah, that's why. Oh, Sinnoh's getting a buff from the thingy. Am I gonna fall down here? This looks sus. Looks like there should be a hole here in the ground.
Yo. 大きな部屋だね。何に使うのかな。どうしたの？
何かを踏んだ気が。石板か？
模様があるみたい。でも埃で覆われててよく見えないね。あれ、見て、あの形。あっちの地面の跡と一致してない？
入れてみるか。
Is it a good idea to activate random ancient ruin mechanisms?
本当に一致した。つまりあと3つ同じような石板のかけらが必要ってことか。
それじゃあみんなで探してみよう。足元には気をつけてね。
Seems like a really bad idea.
見つけた。うわ、縁がちょっと尖ってるから気をつけて。
I can only carry one at a time. Oh no. Oh yeah, I can only carry one at a time. Nice. Because they are heavy. Makes sense. I don't even know what I'm selecting. Okay. Hello, sayonara.
ついてきて。よし、これで3つ目。最後の一つだね。
Is the sassy cat?
見て、猫だ。もしか
Your
して
favorite home is on Tuesday?
ジル
Nice.
が言ってた猫じゃない？
警戒する必要は
Hello,
ない。
David Gamer.
向こうも人を恐れていないようだ。
僕たちについてきてほしいみたいだね。
と
最後のピースが見つかった。感謝する、にゃんこ。
Janko.
にゃんこ。君の口から出てくるとなんか変な感じだね。
先生がトマトになんて話しかけてるか聞けばそうは思わなくなる。
よし、これで全部揃ったね。あとは上に積もったホコリをどうやってきれいにするか考えないと。
見ろ、大マッハマシンだ。
そのセリフ言いたくてうずうずしてただろう。
まずは装置を起動しよう。
Okay, that was simple.
うまくいったね。この石には絵が刻まれてる。書かれてるのは
見柱のヘルマヌビス。
違うんじゃない？誰も耳が立ってないし。
そうだな。俺の被り物の方がよほど立派な耳をしている。
羊、トキ、それからワニ。
さすが植物学者だな。動物の見分けも正確だ。
信頼してくれて嬉しいよ。でも僕が言いたかったのは、前に君が言っていたキングデシレトの七柱にこの見柱が似てるってこと。
君の言う通り、この見柱は僕たちの昔の同僚だよ。
誰？
僕たち。
冗談だよ。この見柱はヘルマヌビスの同僚だ。真ん中のは羊の王、最小の中の最小、ヘリシャフ。魔人アモンが最も重んじる最小だ。ある記録によると、彼は砂漠の副王であり、キングデシェレトの七柱の長だったらしい。
ヘルマヌビスよりすごいとなると意気揚々だな。
あ
すまない。つい。
正直今のはちょっと面白かった。
本当か。こういうジョークはまだいくらでも。
What was the joke in Japanese? I didn't get it.
ヘルマヌビスよりすごいとなると意気揚々だな。
Ikiyoi. What is the other meaning? Because yeah, this is Ikiyoyo is triumphant, exultant, in high and brown spirits.
ヘルマヌビスよりすごいとなると
It's like if he was even more impressive than Hermanubis, this is pretty much like the same part.
ヘルマヌビスよりすごいとなると意気揚々だな。
I wonder if no goat is like Hitsuji. Is there like a different way to read goat? Or sheep? Kiyoyo. I don't understand the Japanese one. Maybe if I could see the kanji. Oh, wait. The kanji for like the sheep or goat can be read yo. Okay, that's probably the key. That's probably the key to the joke. That's where the yo comes from. Okay, something. Goat slash sheep. Okay.
あ、どこまで話したっけ？こっちはワニの王、陶水の中の陶水、ソベク。名前の通り勇猛果敢な潜水であり、あらゆる兵器をすべてる。そして最後が時の王、初期の中の初期、トート。
なかなかの記憶力だ。俺のカード暗記力といい勝負になるかもしれない。
初期ってことはアルハイゼンみたいに書類を管理してただけ？
え、ただ書類を管理するだけなんて、教令員の書記官ってそんなに暇なの？
彼の友人から聞いた話だと忙しいとは言えないみたいだけど。
教令員の事情はよくわからないけど、時の王はただの書類室の管理者なんかじゃないさ。沈黙の伝の記録によると、彼はキング・デシェレトの最も知恵ある一面を代表していて、王の命令を受けて砂漠の文字と魔法を発明したらしい。
本当にすごい人だね。
すごい動物とも言える。
でもどうしてこの見柱だけなんだろう。一緒に働いてた他の同僚は？
この見柱は特に仲が良かったから？
俺たちみたいにか？
いいこと言うね。僕たちも誰かに石板を彫ってもらって記念に残そ
う。Is it worth crafting an attack goblet? For reference, I should just wait and farm for it. Attack goblets are some of the more common pieces on this slot. Also, this goblet is just good. Yeah, there's no issue with this goblet. Like, what? Why would you... Unless you're going for, like, you know, perfect #1 fleece in the world, there is no issue with this goblet. It's a 3-liner and the rolls are pretty low. So, like, yeah, it's not perfect, but this is a great piece. You do have 3 out of the 4 good stats. The only way it could be better is if it had ER. But you have the weapon and 20 ER, that's already good enough. So you don't really need more ER. And like in that case, it has all the 3 perfect subs you want, and all 4 rolls went into them. It's very hard to get a better goblet. You are trying for rank 1 fleens? I mean, then I guess just like spend all your craftings and rerolls on fleens, sure. You will want a 4-liner with ER as well then. I guess all your other pieces are double crit and then ER, EM crit rate. Yeah, this is the only bad subset you have in your entire build. So yeah, I guess then get more. Like if you are going for number 1 flames, then yeah, spend all your mass on him. Why not? But yeah, level 90 would be quite a big deal. He like more base attack, and then also more lunar charged damage. It doesn't affect his direct lunar charged from the burst, but affects the lunar charges from just like the reaction itself, which is still like 10 to 20% of his damage. So yeah. Also, how much damage increases from 80 to 90? It's probably like around average, 5 to 10%. Also, your burst is only on 8, that's terrible, you want it on 10, and the skill is also not a bad ability. I actually, when I was doing Dire, because I cleared Dire with my... Flames, yeah. So it's C0 with Staff of Scarlet Suns, but then I had C1R1 in EFA. And to clear Dire, oh, this is like not refreshed. Wait, let me... I used to have skill level 6, but then I leveled it to 8, and I had exactly enough damage thanks to that. Like, the skill levels actually do help a bit. It's not worthless. His raw skill damage is also probably like 10% of his damage, which is not irrelevant. It's not huge, maybe even more than 10. I feel like his regular talent damage plus the lunar charged reaction damage together make up around like a quarter of his damage. So it's probably around like 12.5 each. And increasing that, yeah, it can help, especially if you are very close to clearing. Also, like, if you're going for number 1 flames, if you like him enough to try to go for a perfect build, just triple crown him. Why would you not? Why is he not level 100 triple crown already? I mean, you might not have the mass for level 100. But yeah, why would you skimp out on a character that's your favorite? Like my official is triple crowned, even though basic doesn't do anything. Yeah, feels weird to skimp out on your favorites. And yeah, his skill is relevant. His levels are very relevant, and his burst is a must to be on 10. Finish as a byproduct of going for a perfect NF. I actually know that. I know that feeling, because for me in Zenless, my lighter with like M3 and trying to go for perfect discs for him is just a byproduct of going for perfect Ellen, and he's just her best in slot. But yeah, then don't leave him like this. It's definitely like you definitely gain way more. Like getting a better goblet, it's gonna be very hard. You can like the best you can do is like get a bit more high rolls, and then like one more crit roll. So you might get like 3% more damage from getting a perfect goblet, which might take months, if not years of farming. And it would be unlucky for it to take years, especially if you use your craftings. If you use your sanctifying elixirs each patch to craft attack goblets, you would get in a couple months. But yeah, it's like a couple months of farming and using very limited resources to get a like 3% damage increase, versus this like 5% more. This to 10 is gonna be like 10% more, and this to 10 is gonna be like probably like 5% more again. So yeah, definitely level all of that. It's actually relevant. I like Inefa more than Fleece as well. Although, I mean, yeah, I like both, but I like Inefa more. Same as you. Also, your Inefa burst is on 4. Her burst is pretty good. Like, I mean, the damage isn't all that important, but you do press it, right? You probably need more ER as well on your Inefa. She's kinda cooked with 30 ER, but yeah. You do want to use your burst every rotation, and the damage is not irrelevant, right? If you are doing stuff like going for dire clears, or even fearless clears at lower investment, this all matters, right? And if Inefa is your favorite character, you'll want to make sure the team is as good as possible to squeeze out every bit of damage. So yeah, leveling the burst here, getting more ER. Also, your crit damage is absolutely cooked right now. And then on Flynn's skill levels, burst levels, character levels. Like for Flynn's it's burst first, then you level him to 90, and then you level his skill. But the skill is decent. Like I actually felt the difference. Personal experience when going from 6 to 8, I was doing ever so slightly more damage. And it was needed. I had a 1/22 clear on Dire. What are the AR requirements on Inefa? I think I went for... I only have 38? Huh. I guess I wasn't bursting every time though. Yeah, I didn't want to sacrifice much more damage. When I went for higher ER, but lost a bunch of crit, it wasn't worth it. So I'm about like 40% with Fav Aino though. With Fav Aino. I don't have Aino on my showcase. But without Fav Aino I would need even more. So yeah. This is what worked best for me. When I had less, it wasn't enough bursts. I think I had less on like the feather. I had like a more crit heavy feather. Changed this for a 22 ER one. Before I had like 20 ER, now I have 40. And it was much better. So I guess your ER isn't all that bad. 30%. But yeah, having like 10% extra could help. You are not getting all that much extra energy on Sigurd compared to other enemies. Like versus the Fatui guy from last patch, there you got like 10 billion particles. You could run 0 ER on Flynn's and 0 ER on Inefa and be fine. But Sigurd is pretty regular when it comes to particles, I'm pretty sure. Just about getting enough to burst rotation. I don't actually remember how often I bursted, but I'm pretty sure I had to skip 1 or 2 bursts. Yeah. Although I wasn't funneling the Fav particles from Aino to Inefa. I could have been doing that. I was going Inefa first then Aino. So Inefa was not getting any extras. So I guess that was like a minor gameplay not even minor. A gameplay optimization I could have done. So yeah, maybe the ER can work out. Depends on enemy. Just have some pieces with more ER ready on the side, you know? And then depending on enemy you can swap them in and out. Because I tried even more ER, I tried less ER. This was the sweet spot. Not losing too much crit, but having decent enough ER.
それなら写真1枚でいいんじゃない？おふざけはここまで。ほら、石板の隅っこに小さい字が刻まれてるだろ？
本当だ。しかも砂漠の古代文字だ。
時の王がお前に残した宿題のようだな。
翻訳をしてみるから、ちょっと待って。最小の中の最小は剣にあらず。初期の中の初期は地にあらず。陶水の中の陶水は正しきにあらず。
Has similar vibes to Death Obeys No Reason or whatever it was in the Shades trailer. I'm crafting attack goblets for Inefa because your Flint is running 5 pieces, so if it's enabled Inefa, you can still use it. Yeah. Although one thing, you are playing Silken on Inefa, and it's not like it's bad. Like the 2 PCR is good, and you do want Silken Moon summon in your team, but usually you can get better results. Like I'm playing Tenacity. You can usually get better results by putting Silken on somebody else, and then Tenacity on Inefa, because you want to run buffing sets on every character in your team, essentially, other than Flynn's, right? So you are always playing Silken, you are always playing Vivi on your Anemo, if you have an Anemo character, which you should. And then you have like 1 slot left. So if you don't have... like if Silken is on Inefa, and you have like Aino as your last slot, Aino cannot play Tenacity, because she doesn't do off-field skill damage. And yeah, the Noblesse uptime wouldn't be as good as Tenacity is, because Noblesse... not here. Noblesse versus Tenacity. Noblesse is 12 seconds, right after bursting, and your Aino is not gonna be the first character who, like, your Aino is not gonna be the last character who bursts. It's not like you burst with Aino, switch to Flints immediately. You will always want to go to, like, usually will go Inefa first, then Aino, then Sucrose or another Anemo. If you want to funnel Aino's particles into Inefa, you would even go Aino first, then Inefa, then Sucrose. So either way, you are losing a couple of these seconds. I guess it's still long enough to work for both bursts on Flints. So I guess it's alright. I do like Tenacity because it also gives you extra shield strength, though. 30% is not irrelevant. You are actually getting solid value out of this for survivability. Your shield is straight up 30% stronger, because I'm pretty sure your team does not get other shield strength otherwise. But I guess it works. Yeah, because Flints casts his E and then 8 seconds, right? It's 8 seconds. Afterwards, he casts another. So you need buffs on Flints to last for, like, let's say 10 seconds at least. So if you go to Aino burst, then go to Sucrose E, switch to Flints, and it takes you less than 2 seconds on Sucrose, you should still be fine. Or even 3 seconds is already okay. Yeah. It can be kinda tight though. In my fight against Sigurd, I would often burst late, because I would like, my Flints had barely enough ER. And I would often get my energy like at the very last second of burst uptime, or like skill uptime. And then Noblesse would have expired, but Tenacity wouldn't have. But yeah, Noblesse is okay. Instructors gives a worse buff. Like, it gives more stats, but the stat is worse. Because it's element, like, it's 120 EM. 120 EM is more than 20 attack, but EM is a worse stat for a Flints team. Also, it's only 8 seconds uptime, so it will only ever work for the first burst. This never works for the second one, so it's much worse actually. The uptime is just not there. Enough ER to big burst? This does, like, you do have Sig, but even then, I guess yeah, you're only like 12 ER. Only 12 ER than I do, but you have Sig, which is like 30 ER worth of energy. Yeah, I guess every 3 rotations makes sense. I mean, then you usually use your burst, big burst like pretty late. You would rather use it later in the rotation. I guess you can use it early as well. When you use big burst, the timings can get weirder. But essentially, if you're using your big burst, this makes Noblesse even slightly worse again, because now, like, if you use the big burst at the end of the rotation, it might not get the buff, and if you use it at the beginning, then your second small burst will probably come later, and that also makes it possibly not get this buff. Tenacity is just like always on. Tenacity is always on, and so is Silken, because Silken uptime is huge, right? This is when dealing damage gain effect for 8 seconds, but I'm pretty sure... Yeah, this works from off-field, so this keeps getting refreshed. I'm not saying you must run Tenacity on Inefa. I just like Tenacity on Inefa. But Noblesse on Aino, Silken on Inefa works perfectly fine. If you have better Silken pieces, you can stay on that. And having exactly 100 crit rate is pretty sick. Yeah, pieces are pretty good overall. So it might be better for you to just stay here. Like, if you already have a very strong tenacity set, then you could try equipping it. But otherwise you can stay on this. You want the best for Arinefa? But it might not even be best. Also, when we switch out Aino for Columbina, things might change. Maybe Columbina gets a different set. Because, like, you know, assuming that Columbina is gonna be a good support for Flint's and Nefer teams, which she might or might not. But if Columbina has her own set she wants to play, then Silken can only go on Inefa, right? So it shouldn't be a big difference. Noblesse Aino versus Tenacity Inefa, and then the other on Serenade should not be a big difference. Also, Silken, like, in a vacuum, if you just look at Inefa alone, Silken is the better set for the 2-piece, right? Because the 2-piece is 20 ER, Tenacity is 20 HP. If this was like attack percent, then you would always want Tenacity. But it's HP, which is useless. So at least you can make use of the stat, right? And Aino doesn't care about stats anyway, so the Berzemer for Aino is whatever. Flint Nefa Furina Yahoda could work, but I'm pretty sure Yahoda's Yahoda just takes too much time to do her stuff. Like, her buffs are good, but it slows your rotation down too much. Sucrose just switches in East and switches out. So I don't think she will be better than Sucrose ever. But maybe, like, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it seems like the big thing about Yahoda is that she's super slow. Kind of the Yae issue. Probably not as bad as Yae. Nobody is as bad as Yae. But, you know, the reason why Yae is so bad and always worse than Fischl in every single team is because with Fischl you switch in, press E, switch out. Her rotation takes like, her field time is like less than a second. Yae goes like 3 E's, and then if you want to burst, you go like burst and then 3 E's again. And it just takes so long, man. Just be able to hold E and summon 3. I mean, you should just summon 3 by default. You should be able to just summon 1, like press E once and it's just there. Or, to not compete with Fischl and Inefa, they could make her more like of an on-fielder. Maybe every time you press E you get an enhanced charge attack or something. So you like E, charge attack, E, charge attack, E, charge attack. Because like, on one hand, yeah, if you want to make Yae good, the simplest way to make Yae good is to make it so that, you know, she has normal field time and not take 10 years. But it would be kind of boring. And then, like, either she power creeps Fischl or she just wars. Now, the Fischl buffs are mostly for overload teams. And then you have, like, Inefa for Electrocharge. Or Lunar Shard if she's in the team. Fischl for overload. And then I guess Yae would be for the Dendro teams. They could just try to balance them like this. Give Yae some more Dendro-related, Aggravate-related passives. But they could also balance her more as an on-field DPS. Once again for Aggravate, which would be kind of interesting. And maybe she could work alongside Fischl. And they could even extend her field time, actually give her something meaningful to do while she takes all this field time, instead of summoning the most mid turrets of all time. So, essentially, Flint's teams are probably not finalized yet. So when it comes to what the best support sets are to run on each character, it's best to wait. Columbina might be coming the patch after Durin. So that's 3 more weeks until we can see what Columbina does in the beta. Is she a support? Is she a main DPS? Is she a Mavuika where she is mostly a main DPS but can support others by just doing more damage than they are doing? We'll have to wait and see.
我が末路は人の末路にあらず、汝らに彼岸の永遠を授ける。まさか彼らは R に入ったのか？
自らの意志でという感じには聞こえないが。
彼岸の永遠、砂漠の民にとっては最終的な夢の地だと言われてる。でも、もし本当にそんな場所があるとしたら、それは永遠に出られない監獄と同じようなものだと思わないか？
うん。それに書かれている内容からしても、キング・デシェレトは この三振に不満があったみたいだ。そう考えると、ここの汝らに授けるは褒美も罰も王の恵みって解釈した方がいいだろうね。
さほど意気揚々でもない雰囲気になってきたな。
やっぱり同じジョークは2回目ともなると面白さがかなり減るね。
何？
この石板に書かれてるのはどうやらこれだけみたいだ。先へ進もうか。
よし、じゃあ早く行こう。ついてきて。
Oh, the cover is not part of the trial, interestingly enough.
メラックのやつ足が速いな。普段の家事はノロノロやっているくせに。おい待て。
偵察を担当する者は常に最善を行くべきだ。好きにさせてやろう。
そう簡単に言うなよ。もし何かあったら僕が直すんだぞ。
じゃあ君が先陣を切るか？
どう言い返せばいいか考える時間をくれ。後で話そう。
いつまで？
メラックが止まったぞ。どうした？何か見つけたのか？
I don't even... What are you even writing? What is it even supposed to mean?
何かがすでに隠されているな。
じゃあ手伝ってくれ。みんなで力を合わせれば。おお、石板が出てきたぞ。メラックよくやった。
どれどれ。
何かの模様の一部みたいだな。あそこ置けそうじゃないか。
Oh yeah, Knacker. Oh yeah, he was an NPC.
組み合わせられるかけらはまだあるはずだ。
よし、じゃあ探してみよう。って何座り込んでるんだよ。
メラックが手伝うと思ったが。
手伝うの意味が分かってないのか。まさかメラックに働くだけ働かせて成果だけを横取りするつもりじゃないだろうな。
君にはできないだろうな。
もちろんだ。
だが俺はできる。
君ってやつは。
ほら君を呼んでいる。
昔を思い出す。一緒に仕事をした時の悪夢が次から次へと浮かんでくるぞ。
効率が悪いな。ここは俺がやろう。残りは任せだ。
Oh, so they're actually all like searching independently.
一つ見つけた。
Will the quest actually progress if I don't do anything? Probably not. Oh, wait. He's coming back? Oh! Yo! The quest actually progresses.
いいぞ、この調子だ。
Adam is a terrible person. I mean, he's not like a terrible person, but an insufferable person, but I kinda love him. He does help when he's really needed.
見た感じ、これで全部だな。ちょうど一つになりそうだ。でも、模様はよく見えないな。
後ろ。
なんだ？
ほら、
ああ、知ってるぞ。強風を起こせるんだろ。確かに石板の砂を吹き飛ばせるな。それじゃあっておい。
俺の心配はしなくていい。ここに座っていれば風には当たらずに済む。
じゃあもっと近くに座ってくれ。ついでに君をスメールまで吹き飛ばしてもらおう。
And he's just sitting there and now we are covered.
頑張れ。
Okay, cow, let's check out the Nefer. Okay, got level 90, crown on the skill. Level 9 the burst, yeah, the burst is actually more usable than it seemed at first. Because Nefer is actually kinda gated by Verdant Dew generation. So between your two E's you need to waste some time, either by switching to somebody else or bursting. So you can actually use your burst when it's up. It's actually good to use it, not just neutral, but good. So having a leveled burst does help, because you will be using it in at least some Nefer teams, if you don't have anything better to do. And yeah, Breakaway of Truth, that's the best weapon. The base attack does not matter on it, so like having it on 80 is not like the biggest deal, but you are losing 8 crit damage. 8 crit damage is more than a roll, and you know, it's easier to level up a weapon than to get an extra crit roll on an artifact. So level it up, it's just easy damage. Very few EM subs, no EM subs on these two pieces, a bit of a shame. You definitely want your Flower and Feather to have double crit and EM. EM, when you don't have many EM subs, EM is just as good as crit. So like if you have a piece that has like 2 extra EM rolls but 1 or even 2 fewer crit rolls, especially crit damage, because you have so much, you get 36 extra from Reliquary and then 20 extra from Nefer, so that's 56 extra crit damage. You have 400 crit damage, and your crit rate, you get 30 from this and 10 from Lauma, so 86 crit rate to 400 crit damage. So EM is definitely better than crit damage here, because not only do you have so much already, but also 20% of the time you just don't crit. 86 to 400. That's a 6% damage loss compared to having 100% crit rate, and the equivalent amount of like lesser crit damage. So yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. It's like 2 or 3 crit subs, or maybe 3 or 4 even. So yeah, you definitely want more crit rate, and you want you wouldn't want to trade crit rate for EM, but trading crit damage for EM would be nice when you already have so much. Now you don't want to like get rid of all your crit damage substats, but essentially you want your Flower and Feather to have EM subs. There are 3 good stats for Nefer. They're all very close to each other in power. And not having one of them on the 2 pieces that are easiest to roll is a big shame. Because attack is worthless, ER is whatever, and of course the flat subs are bad. The Suns are amazing though. The Suns are an absolute god piece. Got the double crit and rolled all into crit. And even having an ER roll is actually pretty decent on them. An ER sub. So the Suns are perfect. The Goblet is, honest, compared to the Suns, the Goblet kinda sucks, but it's fine. EM Goblets are the rarest pieces in the entire game. It's just for an off piece. You would hope for a bit more, but at least it high rolled mostly. So it's like okay, it's playable. And the hat is great as well. Got the only 2 good stats and rolled twice into each. Only 1 missed roll, this is also amazing. So your hat is amazing, your suns are perfect. Except for like a few low rolls, but like whatever. Then the Goblet could be better because it's an off piece, and the Feather and Flower, you want EM on them ideally. And you just want more crit rate in general, right? That's the biggest deal. When you have 400 crit damage, you need to max out your crit rate. As you'll get like C2 Nahida? No, you don't, okay. Oh wait, your Nahida is on Spindle Loot. Do you not have Lauma? If you don't have Lauma, your crit rate is even worse then. Because then we are talking about 76 crit rate. I guess to 380 crit damage. But that's an even bigger loss, 11% DPS loss. You do have Lauma, okay. Then this should, unless you have Lauma Sick, this should be on Lauma. Nahida doesn't really, I mean, Nahida can use the ER in Nefer teams actually, because you do want to burst every rotation. But you can just play like Fav on her. Her EM doesn't matter. For Lauma, her EM does matter. You do have Lauma Sick? Okay. Then that makes sense. Although... Nah, it's probably best like this. I'm thinking, what if you run... Can you run Lauma Sick on Nahida? Does it like fully work or not? I think you need to deal... Actually no... Lauma doesn't deal Lunar Bloom damage in Nefertims. It's when nearby party members. Yeah, this does fully work on Nahida. And it gives you... I guess it has an EM substat. Wait, so does... Oh no, this is ER. But ER is as good as EM on Lauma. Because you do need ER to burst every rotation. I'm thinking whether putting loot on Lauma and then Lauma Sig on Nahida, this could be better. Because most of these weapons are full team buffs. Actually, no, all of this is like full team. Oh no, this is the equipping character. So yeah, this works for the entire team and this is 120 EM. So you get 385 EM and then this buff is for the team so anybody can play this who fulfills the condition of being Dendro or Hydro and dealing skill damage. And then 385 EM versus 200 EM and 45 ER. That's like more stats. Might be better for you to switch them around. Although, I'm not like 100% sure, but it definitely looks that way. Actually, nah, maybe it's more. Because yeah, 385 EM. That's 185 EM versus 45 ER. Yeah, okay, it's probably a bit better this way. It's like the same. A bit worse. Because EM Suns are more than this, right? Or rather ER Suns, I cannot view his artifacts. How much ER are ER Suns again? Wait, who has ER Suns here? 51, okay. And they go and EM Suns are 187. So here you get 46 ER, which is a bit less than ER Suns. And here you get 385, you get 185 EM. Which is pretty much exactly EM Suns. Okay, it's like the same. It's the same thing. the personal stats both of these weapons grant you are almost exactly the same. And yeah. You want ER and EM on both of them anyways. Okay, so it doesn't matter. But if you are ever gonna have trouble with ER on Lauma, you could switch the weapons around. And then give Nahida more ER or something. Because Nahida's stats don't matter. But Lamas do. Because on Lama you need max EM for max buff. For Nahida, just somebody in your team needs 1000 EM, which is gonna be fulfilled by the other characters. So Nahida doesn't actually need EM. She doesn't even deal damage in this team really, because she cannot like react too much. So I guess this... Yeah, whatever. It's the same. It's the same. You don't need to switch them.
終わったやけに大きい猫だなそれとこのボロボロの王冠何かの物語を記録してるみたいだ
You just need to make sure that both can burst every rotation, and if it's easier for you with an ER weapon on Lauma, then you can switch them. That's pretty much, yeah, the moral of the story.
"橋の方に文字がある。時の王は若き貴族に答え、彼が求める知恵を授けた。しかし、脆き冠はやがて嘘によって砕かれた。 ここにその名を記す。グーダルツ。
グーダルツ。歴史の本で見たことがあるような。
How do you farm 60 crit value? Just farm artifacts. Farm artifacts, Strongbox artifacts, craft artifacts, reroll artifacts, and just have patience. Lama is copying on ER. If you are playing the EM weapon, if you are playing Lama Sig on Lama, just put ER Suns on her. It's kind of a must. And then you need ER subs after that. You probably like at least 180, maybe even more. Because on if you cannot burst with rotation on Lama, she's absolute garbage, unplayable, right? So like if you need to play 300 ER on her, you do, because you need to burst every rotation. Now you do not need 300 ER, but I'm just saying that bursting every rotation is the most important thing. And here is like 175 to 90. Yeah, this seems legit, you know. So yeah, it's usually ER Suns and then some like 10 ER per piece on the other ones, and that's good. Or you play the ER weapon, but it's a bit less stats, right? Like we just established, the EM you get from the other weapon, like playing Lauma Sig plus ER Suns versus Spindelut plus EM Suns. The first option is better, right? Lauma Sig plus ER Suns is a bit more stats than Eternite Spindelut plus EM Suns. Ever so slightly. Because you end up with 2 more EM this way. If you play Eternite plus EM Suns, you get 2 more EM. But if you play Lauma Sig plus ER Suns, you get like 12 more ER. Or 9 more ER. It was 54, right? So you get like 9 more ER, which is more than 2 EM, of course. Is up all your feathers? Wait, what are you rerolling? Feathers should be used very sparingly. In my eyes. But maybe I'm too conservative with them actually.
確か若い時に国を救おうとした貴族で砂漠を統一した王様だったよな。
It's impossible to roll all on death. Yeah, you can go 1 into each crit and 3 on death, yeah. You will eventually get the roll that guarantees 4 rolls into the stats you selected, so that might be a good use of that. Just get a guaranteed piece with 6 crit rolls, because you know the 2 initial ones and then 2 rolls into each on average, and yeah, be happy with that. And for the lesser rolls that only guarantee 2 good rolls, use pieces that have more than 2 good stats on characters that can use more than 2 stats.
Ah, その手段は褒められたものじゃなかったが、長きにわたる統治の中で彼は自分を支持してくれた家族や貴族たちを裏切った。敵に追い詰められてやっと自分の行いに気づいたんだ。だが時すでに遅し。
歴史って似たような話ばかりだな。
当たり前だ。人は同じ過ちを犯すものだからな。
時の王と書かれているのに描かれている絵は猫の絵だ。もしかして
今のところ石板に残された古代の物語は信憑性が高そうだ。もしこの猫が時の王の代行者でないとすれば、この猫は時の王の化身そのものということになる。
Did you look at the crit rate as well though? Because like this never has pretty shameful crit rate. So if you have more crit rate, then that can make up for like 40 crit value of the 60 you are counting. Unless you also have less crit rate and less crit damage. Yeah, so 10 crit rate is 20 crit value. That's not a 60 crit value div. 10 crit rate is 20 crit value, and then you are losing 70 here. So that's 50 crit value. And also this never has only 3 EM rolls. If you have extra EM rolls, each EM roll is like 8 crit value. You know, I mean, depending on like the high to low roll. Maybe like 6 or 5 crit value, right? Each EM roll. And just down to not rolling into bad stats, like these ones.
地位が高いものの存在を強調するために古代の記録では誇張表現がよく使われていた。それに覚えているか、レイラとジェルも逃げる時に猫の鳴き声を聞いた。
つまり伝説のキングデシェレトの七柱の一つ、古の時の王は今もここで逃げられなくなった人を助けてるのか。
その可能性は否めない。
本当に猫がいるのか？あ、メラックが猫を追いかけていったぞ。
道案内をしてくれているらしい。ついていこ
う。分かったよ。今行く。猫がいなくなった。
だがメラックを先導してこんなものを見つける手伝いをしてくれたぞ。ほら。
ああ、これさっきの石板と似てるな。分かった分かった。君は休んでればいいさ、このサボりマン。この模様、前のと似てるな。
だが別の物語だ。時の王はジンニーの血を宿す踊り子の呼びかけに応え、彼女が求める知恵を授けた。しかし敵は彼女の肉親を殺そうとした。蛇の毒は彼女自身が選んだ最後であった。ここにその名を記す。マカイラ。
過酷な容器。
知っていたのか？
From Makaira Komarin.
当たり前だろ。図面しか書けないわけじゃないんだぞ。砂漠に関する論文ではおなじみの名前だ。確か彼女はジュラバドの王に贈られた贈り物だった。でも機会を伺ってその暴君を暗殺したんだ。復讐に成功した彼女はそ知らぬふりでその後も王妃を務めた。そしてあるクーデターで命を落とした。
俺の読んできた文献ともほぼ一致しているな。だが石板の情報によれば、どうやらこの王妃も時の王と交流があったようだ。
知恵を授けたという一説も気になるな。グーダルツやマカイラの一生と照らし合わせると必ずしもいいことじゃなかったみたいだけどね。でも僕たちを導いてくれた猫が本当に時の王と関係があるなら悪者だとは思えないんだけどな。
人間という生き物は複雑だ。神の進化も例外ではない。たとえどれほどの知恵や力を持っていようとな。引き続き進もう。結論を急ぐ必要はない。
Meanwhile,
そういえば記憶はまだ戻ってないんだな。ごめんなさい。
I mean, they are. Ah, I guess Paimon doesn't
歩
know
くこと自体
that they are the other
すご
Laylas.
く新鮮に感じる。
I probably like yapped for an
ずっ
hour.
と星空を観察してるから、あまり遺跡の内部を観察することなかったの。あ、じゃあオイラも先輩だな。レイラ、オイラと旅人にしっかりついてこいよ。うん。
Oh, we got forced switch to Dendro MC. Or I guess it's a trial Dendro MC with a prototype Rankur. Pretty sad. I wonder if I had my MC set to Dendro, would it just let me keep my MC? Oh, and the last time I used the Layla, it was my Layla, but now it's a trial Layla instead. Wonder why. This wasn't my Layla. Hmm.
すごく屋根が高
I
い
really hope
ね。
not.
こんなに広い部屋なのに、あんまり人が生活してた形跡がないな。昔の人って退屈だったんじゃないか？これじゃ毎日天井を見上げるくらいしかやることないだろう？そういえば昔は星座を天井に描いてた人もいたみたいだよ。星の軌跡を観測するために屋根を透明なものにしてた人もいたんだって。いいなあ。家で寝っ転がるだけで星が見えるなんて。あ、見て、上の方に何かあるみたい。
Go check it out for us, Paimon.
えー、そうだ、オイラ飛べるんだった。冒険者パイモンが調査してきてやるから、二人とも待っててくれよな。戻ったぞ。気になるものは特になかったぜ。普通に棚とか机とか壺とか本があっただけだぞ。それにほこりまみれだったぞ。本当にそんなところを探すのか？
Of course, the more dirt, the better the treasure.
確かにそうだな。もしかしたら金目のものが隠れてるかもしれないぞ。早く探そうぜ。
It's a little hype, so be careful.
しっかりついていくよ。
Yeah, this is one of the main artifact rooms. From the tomb we go to every day. Oh, I was supposed to go to the other side. Oopsie. Oh, they even nerfed my glider, man. Craft. I need 3 ragged nodes. Oh, another artifact spot. So that's 3, 4. Oh shoot, this was a bow. Wow, this is a bow. I wasted an artifact. Actually, there aren't any artifacts here, which is weird. Well, let me note down that I need to skip 4 spots later on.
だいたい確認したけど、砂漠の古代文字の資料に関する内容ばっかりだったね。この数枚だけは違ったけど、古いし筆跡も基本的なところは似てるけど、他とは結構違うよ。
And there are dates on them.
ほんとだ。日付順に並べて読もうぜ。
We're gonna get Sumeru chronology? Story time. As I could have it, a previously unrecorded ruin came upon me by chance. And this is proof positive that my efforts to overcome the relentless obstructions of the Mahamata have all been worth it. The Academia's aversion to the desert has grown to comedic proportions. The unknown is our playground, while Akasha shackles us. And those who hide behind shackles, what is exactly that they fear? I don't be leaving this place anytime soon. I've discovered a number of sites worth exploring, and it would be remiss of me not to seize this opportunity. It won't be easy to tell day from night, since I'm cut off from the outside world. If I'm to avoid losing myself in the unknown, I must not forget to mark the passage of time. Recorded on the morning of the 10th of May. Okay, so it's not like Sumeru chronology, it's just some guy. The senior scholar fell and hurt himself, typical of someone from the Tava East. Always gazing skyward and never at their feet. I'm guessing the obscuring cell must have been one of King Dasha's prized creations, judging by how many of them there are around here. Thankfully the injury was limited to a few scrapes and a mild dislocation. After I popped the bone back into place, I had him lie down and rest. This whole thing will set us back a while, but perhaps that's not such a bad thing. For those like him who lack the skills, doing nothing might be the best contribution they can make. As I was reading him, he brought up that tired old topic, asking me to join the Darshan. Once more I firmly refused. Mediocre students find safety in confining themselves to a single field. But what good would that do me? It's only been a few days, but I've already made significant progress. There are numerous writings here about the 7 pillars, each one captivating and exciting in its depth and detail. Now that the senior is no longer holding me back, I can finally work at a faster pace. We're on the morning of the 13th of May. The appearance of the Abyss King was a pleasant surprise, though not as pleasant as one might expect. He's a skilled storyteller, but he loses steam once it's clear his listeners aren't fooled. That said, there are elements of his tales worth investigating and verifying. Although he did point out the exit route, in his current state he can't really intervene. And I can tell he's putting on a front and isn't all that friendly toward me. But that's typical of people who care about their status. Since I need a bit more time, given how big this place is, I suppose we'll have to put up with each other a little while longer. Because isn't mutual dislike a positive emotion in those who can get along? In addition, saving that senior was definitely the correct decision. Oh, I nearly forgot. Recorded at noon on the 16th of May. Oh, man, I want to say, I kind of feel, based on the fact that he, like, says that he is not going to join the Darshan because he's, like, so much better than others, and just, in general, treating his senior kind of like an object. I was like, what if this is Dottore? And bam, Zandik. My supplies have run out. Unless I wish to die here, I will have to leave this place. But I still refuse to accept anything from Thought. People like him, who only talk benefits and never mention the cost, are a dime a dozen at the Grand Bazaar. Of course, for anyone after me who falls for the temptations he offers, remember this at least. Do not trust the Abyss King. Recorded on the final day, Zandik. And yeah, him kind of like being so casual about a god appearing in front of him. I was like, yeah, if I wasn't actively reading this, I would have said, man, this probably is the Torah, and then bam, Zandik.
こんなもんか。どれどれ
I just read this. Seems like the notes of someone who was trapped here. The traveler doesn't know. The traveler hasn't done the world quests.
かなり昔に間違えてここに来ちゃった人なのかも。でもこいつあんまり自分の心配はしてないみたいだな。ひひ、旅人のような凄腕冒険者か、よっぽどポジティブなやつだったんだろうな。ポジティブか。私もそういう人間だったらな。
You would not want to be that sort of person. Well, blind optimism isn't good either. Besides, you have your own strengths, Layla.
そうだぞ。レイラは真面目で慎重だから、冒険の時はめちゃくちゃ頼もしい仲間になるぞ。こいつだってどんなチャンスも逃したくないからっていろんなとこを探索してたみたいだけど、そのせいで危ない目にあったのかもしれないぞ。ありがとう。なんだか何でもできるような気がしてきたよ。まるで魔法でもかけられたみたい。この魔法がもう少し長く続いてくれたらいいんだけど、新しい課題が決まるまで。
I wonder if the game will point out that Zandig is Dottore. Most likely. I mean, I don't think we ever had like a hard confirmation that Zandig is Dottore. But we saw Zandig mentioned at the Marana research facility where Collei, or like others like Collei, were being held. It's like 95% confirmed that Zandig is Dottore. And this quest might just 100% confirm it straight up. Let's see.
パイモンの言う通りだったね。ひひん、だから言っただろ。こういう無鉄砲なやつはいつか痛い目に遭うんだ。しかも後輩とか先輩とか言ってるし、レイラと同じ学生だったみたいだな。威勢が良かったからてっきりすっごい学者とかかと思ってたぞ。なんだ？おいら何か変なこと言ったか？パイモンにじゃないよ。ちょっと失礼かもしれないけど、この人の言葉遣いってなんだか。
Cold?
あなたも思った？仲間の怪我の手当てをしてあげてるところは優しく感じるけど、あくまでそれは彼に不利益をもたらすことじゃなくて有利になるからやっただけみたいな。どうしてかそんな印象を受けるよ。もちろん勝手な憶測だけど。
No, we're right. He didn't even mention this companion on the previous page.
確かにそうだな。仲間と一緒に遭難してるのにそのことを書き込まないのっておかしいぞ。オイラがもうダメだって時に日記を書くとしたら、一緒にいる奴らの名前を一人残らず全員書き残すぜ。誰もオイラの日記から逃げられると思うなよ。
Well, they would all be stuck there together, so...
でもパイモンのやり方は正しいよ。安全面を考慮するなら遭難者に関することはみんな記録するべきだもの。後から救助隊がメモを拾うかもしれないでしょ。情報量は多い方がすぐに状況を把握してもらえる。お、レイラはプロだな。全部ファルザン先輩の受け売りだよ。私自身が経験したわけじゃないから。
Thanks, Teach.
そんな先生なんて謙遜するなよ。教えてくれたんだから立派な先生だ。でもそう考えると確かにこいつはちょっと不審だよな。次のページも見てみようぜ。待て待て、情報量が増えたな。ちゃんと整理しないと。時の王、この学生はここで時の王に会ったのか？
Never talked about the Abyss King before.
それって誰？
I've never heard of the Abyss King. Strange.
レイラをからかってやるなよな。簡単に言うと、前に他の友達から時の王の話を聞いたんだ。詳しいことはよくわからないけど。
Pema heard that pretty well, actually. She managed not to spill any of Nefer's secrets. Guess the boss of the curatorium has earned her respect and then some.
そうだったんだ。不思議じゃないよ。スメール人はだいたいキング・デシェレトを知ってるから。教令院にいた人ならキング・デシェレトの七柱に関する知識も持ってるだろうしね。キング・デシェレト、アフマルは賢い臣下たちを率いて砂漠を治め、民を率いて知恵の極地を探ったの。キング・デシェレト文明は後世に多くの宝を残した。どの学問を研究する時も避けては通れない存在だよ。メモを見た感じ、この人たちも時の王に助けられたのかもね。でもこんなところで時の王に会えるのかな。このノートがいつの時代のものかはわからないけど、キング・デシェレトの七柱はずっと昔に消息を絶ったはずなのに。
There's something else that's odd. The Abyss King's form.
確かにメモによると時の王は能力が制限されてたみたいだもんな。それにこの姿って一体どんな姿なんだ？よくわからない。次のメモを確認してみよう。最後のメモだな。しかも名前まで書いてるぞ。なんとか無事にここを出られたみたいだな。よかったぜ。
I hope so.
でもこの時の王を信じるなっていうのは、そういえばあいつも時の王は嘘つきだって言ってたよな。それに前のメモにも時の王の様子がおかしいとかって書いてあったぞ。あ、もしかしてそいつ本当はキングデシルトの七柱なんかじゃなくてただの詐欺師だったんじゃないか？
A thousand apologies, eminent lord. Paimon meant no offense.
悪かったよ。時の王様、聞いてるならオイラを許してくれ。ここに閉じ込めたりしないでくれよな。でもパイモンの言うことにも一理あるよ。慎重に行動しよう。見つけた手がかりはこれで全部だね。これからどうしよう。
Oh.
あ、メラットじゃないか。カベたちも来てるのか？
おーいみんな、聞こえるかい？
あ、聞こえるぞ
理論上何もない空間であれば大声を出さなくても聞こえるはずだ。もちろん長い間友人に会えなかった心の穴を埋めるために大声を出しているなら、今の言葉は聞かなかったことにしてくれ。
ああ、確かに大声を出しても疲れるだけだよな。さっさと合流しようぜ。
What even was floor 12? This is this, right? Ideally you want Nefer side 1 and then Flynn's side 2. But in general, you need some kind of Bloom team ideally for the first side, because there is the crab. You are not gonna beat the crab without Bloom. So either you play some Nefer team or some Lauma team, or if you don't have either, you need to go with some just like standard Hyper Bloom. And for the second side, versus the battle hardened Lightkeeper, ideally you would want to have some sort of not Cry team again, but if you already have Nefer here, if you don't have Flynn's, you might not be like ideally you want to have two not Cry characters, but you can just brute force him with enough damage. Because for this guy the mechanic is either if you use two not Cry characters in your team, you can kill him faster. If not, you need to keep killing him over and over because he will keep reviving essentially. But with just enough damage, you can get there. And then this Shock Trooper, is this the Electro Shield guy? Yeah. So ideally versus him you would also want Electro Charged or Lunar Charged. But it's pretty much like either you have Flint/Renefa or you don't. You can just brute force this guy as well with like Mavuika or Skerk, just like a strong DPS. Any DPS that you like really like should do alright-ish. Because this shield doesn't heal here, right? Yeah. Could you beat this side up with Arlecchino? Yeah, if your Arlecchino team is strong. You just need, you either like, you can make these two chambers, chamber 1 and 2 easier by having two not Clay characters, and you can make chamber 3 easier by having Electro Charged. But they are not necessary. But you will need a lot of damage simply to just keep hitting them until they die.
一通り見て回ったかな。またみんな同じ場所に集まっちゃったね。
わ、奇遇だね。
ああ、こんな偶然もあるんだな。どうして黙るんだ？
君が話し終わるのを待ってる。
そうか。こんな偶然もあるんだな。じゃんけんでグーしか出さない善人に出会えることくらい珍しい。
So in Japanese, coincidence is guzen, and then gu can also mean rock in rock paper scissors, and zen can mean good. And he pretty much said it's a coincidence as rare as meeting a good person who only uses rock in rock paper scissors, because it's gu zen. Pretty mid. The Yasumeru one was best from yesterday.
意外にも新バージョンだったね。
このバージョンを知らないの？
The face on cover.
どうしたんだ？何か探してるのか？
座って読書できる場所を探してるんだ。
いい加減にしろよ。
みんな無事みたいでよかった。今のうちに水でも飲んでちょっと休憩しない？ついでに僕たちが見つけたものについて話すよ。
ああ、僕たちの方でも発見があったんだ。
It turns out Sino did actually bring out some spice tea. In Japanese, it probably said something about him actually playing rock, paper, scissors with everybody else.
なんかいっぱい情報は集まった気がするのに何の進展もないな。
とにかくここは時の王と関係があるみたいだね。セノ、ヘルマヌビスの代表としてヘルマヌビスを呼び出してくれないか。
わかった。少し待ってくれ。
He can just do that?
冗談だ。ヘルマヌビスの存在を感じ取ることはできない。
なんだよ、急に漫才か？
Oh, good one.
ヘルマヌビスは人に憑依するが、残念ながらこの時の王とは違っていつでも交流できるわけじゃないんだ。
ほう、奴はいないのか。残念だな。会って昔話でもしたかったのだが。
あの時の猫。人間の言葉を話せたのか。
人間の言葉を話せたのかだと？それは我が輩に対する侮辱か？
すみません。じゃあ猫様？
面用な。まだいたとは。
なんだと？面用とは失礼な。メラックだ。
その言い方は彼の助手を侮辱しているように聞こえると言いたいようだ。
あ？そういうつもりではなかったのだが、まあ悪かった。我が輩は別にそのメラックとやらを指して名誉と言ったわけではない。その中にあるもの、キング・デシェレトの最愛の一品を指したのだ。なんと言ったか、正式名称があったはずなのだが、どちらにせよお前たちの言葉に翻訳してやらねばならないがな。まあそんなことはどうでもいい。メラックという名前悪くないな。誰がつけたんだ？多分前の名前よりいいぞ。なかなかよく改造されている。それに昔より楽しそうだ。もし名前が気になるならパーツに型番が書いてあるはずだ。自分で調べるといい。
全然口を挟めない。
猫の独壇場だな。
陶器の王がこんな方だったなんて。
よく喋るな。カードゲームはできるのだろうか。
やっぱりメラックっていい名前だよな。さすが僕。
どこまで読んだんだったか。しおりを忘れた。
何言ってるか全然わからないぞ。
So when the notes mentioned something being off with the Abyss King, it was because he's in the form of a cat. During is the Natlan Dragon boss mod. He would be the perfect character to use the... Like, I'm pretty sure you're right. He would be the perfect character to use the Mondstadt boss though. But they rarely make sense. Yeah, he does use the Natlan Dragon. Man, they just like gave up on... I mean, they never... I can't say they gave up on trying to make the mats make sense, because they didn't make sense since 1.0. Razor uses Dvalin's mats, and not... and not Boras's mats. Like, come on, it's his daddy pretty much. And then Venti doesn't use Dvalin's mats, that's his pet. Like, come on. Yeah, it never made sense in the first place. Even back when all the bosses came out at the same time, pretty much. Hello, Thought.
ごきげんよう。はあ、我が輩が誰だか心得ているのだな。やはりお前はここで一番特別な人間のようだ。それでも全員が大切な客人であることに変わりはない。休んでいくといい。こちらだ。ついてこい。
He's so weird. Also, wasn't Nefer saying that the cat is also like the Ibis King? Or was it a different king, that Nefer's cat? Or is he like in the form of multiple cats? Just like Dottore. Maybe that's where Dottore got the idea to split himself into multiple personalities, because so did the Ibis King. Yeah, there are more cats here.
Waga Neguraへようこそ。
時の王、お前結構広いところに住んでるんだな。
昔の方が豪華だったがな。ここは正確に言えばもはや我が輩の家ではない。我が輩が飼っていた猫の子孫たちが住んでいるだけだ。猫は可愛いだろう。今借りているこいつは体格もいいし毛並みも素晴らしい。本題に戻る。今までの習慣に倣うと特別な客人たちには贈り物を授けたいが、残念ながら我が輩の贈り物の数には限りがあるのだ。早い者勝ちでもう売り切れてしまった。
じゃあお宝はもうないのか？
お宝という言い方もあながち間違いではない。
Gifts and treasure? Are you talking in a literal sense?
そうとも言えるし、そうでないとも言える。質問に答えてくれた者には普通の者には手の届かない贈り物を授ける。損はしない取引だろう。この質問はキングデシェレトから出されたものだ。そしてキングデシェレトも実は花の女主人から出されたらしい。たった3つの質問だ。聖水を巡らせる者は、愛憎を消し去る者は、真偽を定める者は。
ますます言ってることの意味がわからなくなってきたぞ。
グーダレツとマカイラはそのうちの2つに答えた。そうだろ。
お前もなかなか賢いようだな。
あ、わかったぞ。石板に書いてあったのはこのことだったんだな。
そうだ。記録することが大好きで、記録することしか頭にない祭司たちが残したのだ。R に閉じ込められてからというもの、 猫に憑依してこの辺りの人間と会話するくらいしかやることはなかったというのに、祭司たちと話すのは苦手だった。話のわからんやつばかりでつまらん。お前たちのようにたまに迷い込んでくる人間たちの方が面白い。
待ってくれ。また話題が移っちゃったぞ。さっきの質問は一体何のために聞いてるんだ？
それを語るにはキングデシェレトのことから話さねばな。
これまた随分と昔に飛んだね。
昔の楽しかった日々に思いを馳せるのは我らのサガだ。あの頃の王は孤高なる王だった。
I'll get more water. I wanted to let him up and then go get more water, but if there are unique scenes, I want to screenshot them. Don't want to miss that.
「我らは王の前で今を語り、未来を語り、我らが持つあるいは持つであろう知恵について語った。王はその様子をじっと見つめていた。我らは王の誇り高き進化だ。自分の能力を存分に発揮すれば自然とこの世をより良いものにできると思い込んでいた。だがキングデシレトの野望はこの閉ざされた世界では許されざるものだった。結果的に王の野望は叶わぬものとなった。とはいえキングデシレトの七柱が6人しかいなかった時点で結末はうすうす分かっていたがな。アフマルはいつも草の竜王が嫌がるのを無視して彼を七柱の一人として数えようとしていたな。
欲しいカードが永遠に山札から出てこないような感じか。
そもそもそのカードが山札に入っていなかったって話に聞こえるぞ。
アフマルとはそういうやつだったんだ。我が輩たちにはどうにもできなかった。それに我が輩たちはカードゲームよりもボードゲームの方が好きだ。とにかくキングデシェレトの時代が終わったことにはいろんな要因があった。それでも残された人は生き続けなければならない。進化の我が輩たちには運がなかったのだ。逃げ道があったとしてもそれは王が決めた道でしかない。我が輩とワニ、そして羊はキングデシェレトによってR に閉じ込められ今日に至るまで幽閉され続けている。
ワニ？
羊。
お前たちのよく知る名で呼べばワニの王ソベクと羊の王ヘリシャフだ。ヘリシャフは対戦中しょっちゅう横から口を挟んでくるのだ。ソベクはすぐにあいつの影響を受ける。最終的には我が輩がイカサマをしていると言いがかりをつけてくる始末だ。
I love tales of gods such as this. They were just regular readers, man. Habitual backseat strategies.
ボードゲームは根気を鍛えるものだ。あいつのように焦るものじゃない。お前たちは反面教師にするのだぞ。とにかくあの二人はマナーこそなっておらんかったが結局勝つのは我が輩だし R に入る前は仲が良かったのだ。よく一緒にゲームをやるくらいにはな。何を笑っている。実際仲は良かっただろう。
笑ってないぞ。笑う勇気があるやつなんていないって。
いや、お前たちのことじゃない。あの羊がまたなぜか笑っているのだ。聞こえないのか？ああ、お前たちには聞こえないのか。R にいる我が輩だけがあいつらの声を聞くのだ。
なんか状況が複雑になってきたな。もしかしてずっと閉じ込められてたせいでちょっと頭がおかしくなっちゃったのか？
終身刑になった囚人にたまに見かける症状だ。
そういえば アザールは最近どうなんだ？
どうもしてないんじゃない？
それならよかった。
そこのチビ3人、何をごちゃごちゃ喋ってるんだ？我が輩を信じないというのか？なら我が輩も何も話してやらん。
いえ、3人は他の話をしているだけですよ。大丈夫ですから続けてください。
どこまで話したんだったか？
それでなんで3つの質問をってところにはいつ答えてくれるんだ？
ああ、もうすぐその部分にたどり着くぞ。我が輩が選んだ人間がこの3つの質問に正しい答えを提供できれば永遠の封印から解放してくれると我が輩が R に入る前キング・デシェレトが言ったのだ。そこで我が輩が最初に目をつけたのはグーダラツだった。聖水を巡らせる者は。そう聞いたら奴はこう答えた。陰謀と裏切りだ。正しき道を歩むべき知者はその2つに溺れたがために国を失う羽目になった。答えが面白かったから奴には詐欺の力を与えた。2人目はマカイラだ。愛憎を消し去る者は。彼女は私にはもう失うものがない。憎しみを洗い流すのは復讐のみと答えた。その答えも面白かったから彼女には愛される力を与えた。
でも彼らの結末は？
ワコードよ、2人の結末はそれぞれの答えの延長線上にあると思うか？それとも我が輩の与えた力のせいだと思うか？
僕はただの傍観者であり、彼らと同じ立場にいるわけではないので答えられません。
賢い答えだ。昔のことだ。我が輩も評価は控えよう。彼らの答えがキング・デシェレトのルールに認められればいいんだ。我が輩も解放に一歩近づけるからな。最後の一人はまだ結末を迎えていないから名前を伏せさせてもらおう。
Yep, but why is there another card? That must have been never then.
とにかく我が輩は彼女に真偽を定めるものはと問いかけ、彼女は我が輩が面白いと思う答えを出した。そしてその答えにふさわしい力を手に入れた。しかしお前たちの見た通り彼女の答えは我が輩を檻から解放するには至らなかった。つまり正しい答えではなかったということだ。これで我が輩は3つの質問を全て出し切った。あとは待つのみ。彼女の知恵がいつかキング・デシェレトのルールに認められ、彼女が最終的な答えを見つけられる日を待つのみだ。
だから3つ目の石板がなかったのか。それともまだ彼女を物語に組み込む準備すらしていないのか。今までのことから考えればやけに優しいな。
お前の言う通りだ。だがそれは別に彼女がまだ終点にたどり着いていないからというわけではない。
They got never tricked. Yes, but I mean, yeah. But she didn't necessarily trick him. Like he knew what was happening from what he's saying, right? Maybe not. But yeah, I mean, this is the temple, this is the cat, yes. But I'm just curious about the other cat, because she talked as if Ashru, her black cat, was this cat that was the Ibis King, but apparently that's another cat. Although maybe like the Ibis King simply used to be in the black cat and now he's in this brown cat because the black cat went out. And now that black cat is just a cat. Might be that. Because these cats are just the cats that he used to have and now he possesses them to communicate with humans.
当時記録していた祭司たちが次々に去り、あるいは死んでいったおかげで 後のことを記録できる者がいなくなったのだ。この大石境には後世に残る石板よりも後すら残せない砂の方が圧倒的に多いのだ。でもそういえば、もし数百年前に出会った若者が我が輩の問いに答えてくれていれば、我が輩も今頃 R を離れていたかもしれんな。
へえ、誰だ？他にも来たやつがいたんだな。
もちろん。数千年もの月日が経っているのだ。迷い込んでくる者がいないはずはない。だが我が輩は特別なものだけを選ぶ。奴は頭が良かったが、一緒にいたもう一人の奴は平々凡々だった。
Wait, could that have been?
それってもしかしてメモにあったザンディクっていう学生ですか？
ああ、確かそんな名前だったかな。実を言うと、奴に3つ目の贈り物を渡すかどうかかなり迷った。
If anybody had any doubt. This is Dottore.
確かに聡明だったが、極めて疑い深く自信過剰で行動に見境がなかった。そういう人間が多くの能力を持つというのは必ずしも良いことではない。だから断られた時はむしろほっとした。
彼はどうして断ったんでしょう？
奴は必要ないと言っていた。奴の我が輩を見る目は一見普通だったが、どこか軽蔑を感じさせもした。彼と近づきすぎると良くない、そうなぜか直感したのだ。だから我が輩は奴を騙した。仲間の後をついていけ。ここはトゥライトゥーラの子孫しか出入りできない場所だから、そいつと離れれば出られなくなるぞと言ってやったのだ。
騙したって、その人の仲間は実はトゥライトゥーラの末裔じゃなかったんですか？
いや、仲間は確かに末裔だった。嘘はもう半分の方だ。この場所には誰でも出入りできる。特別な制限なんてものはありはしないのだ。奴の仲間はとても疲れていた。今にも見捨てられかねん状況だった上、事故が心配でな。奴がひどいことをしないよう理由をつけたのだ。懐かしい。奴の仲間もお前と同じような青い髪と尖った耳をしていたな。
それってレイラもトゥライトゥーラの末裔ってことか？
そうだぞ。その昔ヘルマヌビスはトゥライトゥーラを作り、家なき子を大勢受け入れた。今ではその子孫は各地に散らばっている。予想外の人数がな。
つまりあなたがかつて守った人は私の先祖だったかもしれないということでしょうか？
にゃほほん、どういたしまして。
もう一つ質問しても？
もちろん構わない。どうせ他にやることもない。
前に私とジェルという人を助けてくれましたよね。
ああ、お前たちは運が悪かったのだ。キングデシェレトが人間の知力を測るのに使っていた機械に触ったせいで、大量の知識が一気にお前たちの小さな脳みそに流れ込んだ。だから全部簡単な反復する内容に差し替えておいた。副作用としてしばらくは同じことを考え続けることになる。一時的なものだから心配はないがな。
月はいくつあるのだろう？
お前の頭に詰め込んだ情報はそれか。もう一人の方は忘れたな。食べ物に関するものだった気がするが、急いで考えたものだからあまり深く考えないでくれ。
なるほど。ありがとうございます。
なに、気にすることはない。本当に感謝してるならあの装置を切ってきてくれ。 もう誰も引っかからないようにな。猫の手にできることは限られてるから、お前たちに頼るしかないのだ。ああ、メラックにも頼めるかもしれんかな。
Don't worry, that device can no longer be activated.
よしよし。壊れたならいいんだ。この場所はいつもこうだ。毎日のように何かが壊れる。古代の遺物もそうだ。お前たちはすでに古の時代からの贈り物をたくさん持っている。血筋にも技術にもあまり縛られてはならん。ただの道具として使ってくれ。
Okay, before we continue with this, I'll go take a quick bathroom break. So don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
不敬だって？人聞きの悪い。最大限に活用しているだけだ。それにキングデシレトが消えてからどれだけ経ったと思っているのだ。今さら我が輩が経験に振る舞ったとて何のメリットがある？
そのまた羊の王と話してるのか？
いや、今度はワニだ。今度こそ勝つから対戦しに戻ってこいと我が輩に言っている。一回負けるたびに腕立て伏せを一回するとしたら、あいつは30万回も腕立て伏せをする計算になるがな。もちろん30万という数字は適当だ。本当に数えたことはない。
腐敗の地位を築くのが好きと見える。
確かにそうとも言えるな。おしゃべりはここまでだ。我が輩は連勝記録を更新してくるから、お前たちも家に帰るがよい。
Best of luck to you.
実のところ、自分の運命が3つの質問で変わることなどないと心の底では分かっているのだ。だがそれはお前たちの心配することではない。さあ行け。
And that's why it's not really a cat never tricked, because he knew he wouldn't get the answers in the first place. So never seemed to be like pretty smug, being like, "Oh, I tricked the cat." But yeah, he's just, you know, playing around. He's kind of bored and such. Hello, kitty. I should have tried using Nahida on the cats. It probably wouldn't have worked.
何時だと思ってる？何にこんな時間をかけてたんだ？もう3回もトマトを収穫したぞ。
大げさだ、先生。
わからんか？一種の感情表現だ。
待たせてすみません。
Our mistake. Please accept our apology.
おお、こっちは首相な態度じゃな。誰も怪我はしておらんか？
誰も怪我してないぞ。意外と順調だったしな。
調査は終わったようだな。さあ、早く教えてくれ。君たちは本当に運がいいな。もし陰論派の論文を読んだことがあれば、時の王が賛否両論のことをしでかしたことは知っておるはずだ。年を取って丸くなったのか。彼は君たちを助けることを選んだ。
単に手を差し伸べない理由がなかったというだけかもしれない。メラックも賛成している。
なんでメラックがそう言ったとわかるんだ？単純に喜んでるだけかもしれないだろう。
確かにジェルとレイラに起きたことは全て明らかになったし、喜ばしいのは事実だね。予想外の収穫もあったし。
まさかご先祖様のことを知れるなんて。私はずっとただの学生だと思ってたから、そんな秘密があったなんて思いもしなかった。
How are the children in an Arlecchino team? If you're not playing Overload, then I guess yeah, she's pretty solid. The heals are kinda wasted, but she's a good character even without the healing. One issue is if you are playing Citlali, because if you're already playing Citlali, then only one of them can play Scroll, so the other becomes less good. So at that point it would be better to play an Anemo character, like Sucrose, to give you EM and Shred Res and Thrilling Tales. So if you already have Citlali, not so good. If you don't have Citlali, I guess you probably should be playing Overload anyways at that point. What are the best Arlecchino teams? Arlecchino, Citlali, Bennett, Sucrose, or Arlecchino Overwhip with Inefa is pretty good as well. So like Arlecchino, Inefa, probably still Bennett and then some Hydro. Like Xingqiu or something? I don't know what Hydra will be best. And then... or like, Aina would be nice, especially for the enemies in the second half of Abyss, because you would have the double not cry to make the fights easier. Also Overload, Arlecchino, Chevrus, Bennett, Fischl, or Inefa once again if you want a shield. A bit less damage though in that case, because Inefa only deals damage if you have Hydro. So you can play a bunch of stuff. Melt teams should calc best, but without Citlali, playing Melt is kinda scuffed. Melt teams without Citlali can still be good, because it's not like Citlali's buffs are that tremendous, she just gives good buffs and good cryo up. But yeah, I don't know, like... Playing Melt without Citlali is just so scuffed. Nobody was playing Melt before her, before she came out for a reason. Because characters like Rosaria and Kaya are just pretty unreliable. But yeah, one of those three archetypes pretty much. You can play regular Vape as well, but it's just Melt but worse. But yeah, you can just play Hydro, Bennett, and Anemo. So pretty much like a Melt team but with a Hydro character instead. Xingqiu, Bennett, Sucrose. I'm not sure about Xingqiu's cooldowns though. Can you have rotations long enough with Arlecchino? I'm not an Arlecchino expert. I avoided playing Arlecchino in this Stygian. By playing Shiguin instead on the final boss. Also, like, for me, an Arlecchino team I played a bunch was actually with double Geo. I just played Bennett and then Chiori and Shironen. But Chiori had to be C1 in that case. And it's not like it was a great team anyways. Playing Chevrus is probably just better. If you're not vaping or melting, you should be playing Chevrus. But double Geo team was not terrible. I enjoyed playing it. Cleared content just fine. Now you don't play Furina with Arlecchino. You don't want the HP drain. That's very scuffed. This is like the worst team to play Furina in. Colminas, Italy, and Shion. Those are all good characters. Shion would be a lesser priority compared to the other two, for sure. Like, Shion is good, but she's not like a game changer anywhere. Especially as more dedicated characters come up. Because, you know, you have characters like Chevrus, which every Overload team wants, Escoffier, which every Freeze team wants. They even have restrictions that prevent you from playing other characters that are not of the specific elements. But even for more general support like Citlali, Citlali makes Shilonen a bit worse, because you already get Rest Shred from Citlali. Now Shilonen is still a strong character in Mavuika teams, but oftentimes you can get similar or better results by playing Jansan instead, because you already have Rest Shred from one source. Might as well skip... Why are you saying might as well skip Mavuika? If anything, might as well skip Shilonen. She needs Shilonen. No, she doesn't. Like, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't need Shilonen. That's why I'm saying that Shilonen's value is a bit lower. I'm not saying she's a bad character, but there are more and more teams where she's just like a nice option, or where she doesn't even fit because other characters have certain restrictions. Like yeah, I played Mavuika in Dire Stygian, and I didn't play Shilonen. Because I already had Citlali for Restred. So it was better to play other buffers. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that, oh, Mavuika is a bad character, so you shouldn't pull her supports or anything like this. No, I'm saying that even Mavuika doesn't need Shilonen. It's still a useful character, very comfy to play. Not bad, but if you're like on a budget, you probably should consider skipping Shilonen, like if you have few characters, only a few characters you can choose. Because Shilonen will be the least revolutionary one here. Because Columbiana is gonna be OP probably, yeah. Citadel is great as well for all Pyro carries, but especially Mavuika. But Shilonen, she's a pretty generalist character. But doesn't like, you know, elevate any teams to another level. That's what I'm trying to say. Might as well skip Mavuika is definitely not the right conclusion. I'm sorry if it came out wrong or something. But that's the worst conclusion you could come up with. Because when talking about meta pool value, nobody else right now is as important as Mavuika. She absolutely demolishes all content. Even without Natlan characters, as long as you have Yansan, you can make it work. Because if you need to play Kachina or Ororon, yeah, screw that. But as long as you can have Yansan, it's solid. Ideally, Yansan with cons. And ideally Sitlali. Mana, Mavuika Kachina teams are not good teams. It can still like be fine because Mavuika is strong enough, but it's not gonna be better than modern carries with good teammates. But when we get a Mavuika rerun, a Yansan rerun is also likely. Like Yansan will rerun eventually. Even if you actively want to dodge Yansan, then like you'll get her eventually by accident. Is this quest long? Not really. But there's just been a lot of yapping this stream. It's probably like an hour or two. But yeah, it's hard for me to tell because, you know, throughout most of the quest, we've just been yapping. And I mean me, right? I'm not saying that they are yapping in the quest, I'm saying that I am yapping. So it's not a 3-hour long quest, no. I still want to do my artifacts, I need to hurry with this.
Leila の祖先は僕の祖先と友達だったりしてね。
確かに。家に帰って何か記録が残っていないか確かめてみようかな。
適当に言っただけなんだけど。
大丈夫です。まだ休暇は何日か残ってますから。あ、やっぱりダメかも。課題を全然進められてない。休んでる間にいろいろ考えておかないと。
One thing at a time, Leila.
わかってるけど。
先生、助けてあげないのか？
いいよ、大丈夫だから。
わしがか？わしはソロン派の人間だ。ナフィスとザハハディも星の研究はしておらんな。トマトの砂糖漬けなら食べさせてやれるが。いや、手伝えないとも限らんか。昔の知り合いに面白い研究課題がないか聞いてみよう。
本当に大丈夫です。ご迷惑をかけるわけには。
なに、水やりのついでに聞いてみるだけだ。気にするな。
ありがとうございます。
もう遅いし疲れたじゃろ。立ち話はやめて休まんか。砂漠の夜は烈日の慈悲だと言われている。それなら慈悲を垂れてくれておる今のうちに立ち去るとしよ
う。Okay, that's the quest. It probably would have taken like an hour, maybe a bit more than an hour.
無事に戻ってきてくれてよかったです。本当によかった。後でセトス様に事の経緯を聞かないと。
Okay, so was that it? I mean, it was a... It seems like this is it for the quest. It was mostly just like in line with what they've been doing in the Archon quest recently, where, you know, just to bring us up to speed on some lore that is gonna be important later. Although it's a limited quest, like a limited event, so it's not gonna do an amazing job at getting people to, like, you know, learn the lore. I guess like people who are playing right now will know the lore, and by the time the lore actually becomes relevant in the later quests, new people would already have access to like information from others anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Seems kinda weird to put such a thing in an event. But I guess it was kinda uneventful. So at the same time... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we just tapped with thought for a bit. That was the quest. Nothing huge. There might be a bit of story in the activities as well. Just like there was in the Fontaine event, we also had like a story that was separate about the smugglers, and then the event activities that were separate with the like theme park management. Could be similar here, where there will be something to learn there as well. But yeah, gotta grab artifacts quickly. Oh yeah, I need to take note and skip a couple spots. 4 I think it was, that I had to skip. Yeah, one of them was a weapon spot, so I wasted an artifact. I was just curious, I had to check them. And those were limited spots, I will never be able to check them out later. There might have been some spots last time I was there as well. Yesterday? As Layla? But... oops. I couldn't pick them up because I have done my artifact farming earlier. Oops, that was a bad idea. I'm thinking where I should skip them. Ideally I would want to skip the King the Shredstone ones, the ones from the initial run. But I can't skip those, because they are the ones that are like free, because I already go over the 100 limit. Even if I skip a spot there, I will still get capped. Ooh, there is an ornamental fish here. Oops. Oh no, I fell. Okay, it's fine. Wait, which fish was it? Nice. Not the Medaka. It was you, right? There's gonna be fishing in the new Hoyo game as well. The Little Planet. I wonder if I'm gonna play that. I'm definitely gonna play Honkai Nexus Anima. Like 100%. I like the vibe, I like the gameplay, I love Pokemon. And this is Hoyomon. And it got Honkai in the name, so it's gotta be lore relevant to the larger Honkai multiverse. Little Planet on the other hand, that seems a lot more casual. Doesn't look like there will be much lore there. I might try it out, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna like commit to it, you know? I wonder if it's even gonna be a gacha. It might have some other kind of microtransactions. Is Genshin today? Yeah, I will try not to forget. It's not a big deal if I forget though. The streaks don't go away if you miss a day. The streaks only go away if you get it wrong. So one way to cheat would be to like, you know... Actually, I'm not sure if that works because I never tried. But like, oh my god, I overshot. If you just like guess wrong 4 times and then just quit, don't finish it, I think it wouldn't ruin your streak, but I'm not sure. I've never tried that. That would be cheating anyways. If I get something wrong, I get something wrong and take the L. I'm pressing T instead of E, man. It's too much Sumeru time. In Sumeru you press T. No! Okay, kinda... Thankfully hit my head, so couldn't complete the jump to that line. If you use Shilonen, then it's actually faster to just use your own characters here instead of relying on these guys. But there is a lot of climbing, so without Shilonen it would be kinda rough. And I like this final dash here. That one is cool. Come on, I'm pressing Q. I was holding Q all the time. It just didn't register at first. I must have started holding it while I was bouncing in the air or something. So we'll do this, we'll do Genshin though. And probably call it a day. The event activities I will leave for later. Okay, no Fontaine. Oh no! Oh, okay, I got it. I was like, no, it's gone! I already lost one artifact today by grabbing a weapon spot. I guess it's not useless. It's at least weapon EXP. It wasn't food. Four spots to skip, 4 spots to skip. I always do like a full circle here before I realize where I need to go. Flip.
時間が。次、頭突き。ジャスティス。ドーン。叩くんだな。
Okay, it has to be now in Inazuma. Cannot be anywhere else. So this is 7. This is 3. Okay, I guess I will just skip these 3, and then one more from here. Wait, I want to go. I guess I could have skipped this one that I didn't go up for. So let's skip this one, right? That's one skipped, and then 3 more from the other spot. Hello? Excuse me. Unintentional quests. Because you can probably clip down there as well before you complete the quest. Because I know you can enter this puzzle without doing the quest to open it. Okay, and now straight for Seremaru. Yeah, this works out. Oops, that was a bad plunge. One, two. It's better to just use like Chaska here instead of walking up the stairs with Varesa. I probably didn't even need to cancel my E. Okay, and now Sumeru. It takes like 10 minutes. Maybe a bit longer than 10 because I'm not fully efficient. I'm not optimal with my movement. But it's good enough. And yeah, these spots have not despawned, which means we succeeded. Oops. 1, 2, and then 3 over here. Then we jump down this way. Grab this one. Run all the way. Jump down here. And now we are in the real version of this tomb that was repurposed as the event location. It might have been slightly altered, but it was like this room. The big one. It even has the same statues. And yeah, there was this door in the middle. Let's take the same place.
属性を見おらせん。
飛ぶか。
風よ。遅い。
いや
I really enjoy doing the artifact route. I kinda missed it because like I used to do it every day. Back in the good old days. Back in my prime. I would do the artifact route every day. It was a very early version of that. Like pre-Inazuma. Or maybe just after Inazuma came out was mostly when I was doing it. Like 2.0, 2.1, stuff like that. Yeah. Wait, 1, 2, 3? Did I grab 3? I must have. Because I don't see any else. But then as more spots started coming up, I know, like, for one, when Star Rail first came out, what I would do at the start is play both Genshin and Star Rail every day. So I just didn't have time for those time-wasting activities in Genshin. Because, you know, I would just do the important stuff, the events, the dailies, the weekly bosses. And then I would hop over to Star Rail and do some story there or combat or whatever. So that was one thing. And the other was the route started getting better and better. And I just didn't keep up with the new discoveries. The new spots that were being added. So it just kinda didn't feel worth to do it. Right, I didn't want to take the time to learn the new routes. Was essentially the issue. But now I finally did, and I really missed that. I really missed the artifact farming. Like I've been, because I pulled almost all the Natlan cons that give you extra mobility. By almost all I mean like 3 of them out of 5 or 6. So not quite almost all. And yeah, so I picked up all these mobility constellations to make my overworld traversal more efficient. But I didn't actually traverse all that much overworld. Because I stopped farming artifacts. I stopped mining crystals as well. This thing give me plunge buff? What do you mean by plunge buff? Nobody buffs Varesa here. If that's what you mean, except for Varesa herself. But why would I need plunge buff? I'm not... like, what? This is an exploration team, I'm not plunging anything. I mean, I might kill an enemy if I come across one. So it helps to have somebody who can fight. But it's not the purpose, right? If I'm kinda helpless in these teams, then so be it. Killing enemies is not the priority, you can kinda ignore them. As you are farming crystals or grabbing artifacts. Okay, way before 3.4, so it's 2.3 or earlier. So let's go. It cannot be anybody from 1.3 because both are polearms. Could be Yanfei. Let's go with Yanfei. No, even there. So probably 1.0 at that point. So maybe Chongyun. Oh, above. Ganyu. I mean, this is not about damage at all, right? Like, one version of this team that I played was like this or something. Or like with Kinich, which probably was even worse actually. This team is absolutely horrible, nobody deals damage here. And then, because like Wanderer can deal some damage by himself, so like switch to Xianyun. Nobody deals damage here. My best bet is to use my Eon Chiori and wait for the dolls to kill an opponent. But I don't care about this, right? is irrelevant. It is not a relevant metric. The fact that Veresa can deal good damage by herself in the overworld is a nice bonus, but this is not why I pick her. I pick her because she runs fast. If you get somebody who runs faster, then she's out. Even if they are a mannequin. Right? You get what I'm saying? You've already proven your determination. Well, then it's now time for you to witness my resolve. I think I recognize this. Is this like Raiden? No. Like Xiao? Like who? It's a guy. Nuvirat? It's gotta be somebody, like somebody's powerful before whom we can prove ourselves. And who's also resolute. It's probably not Zhongli, but I need to like just progress.
君はもう自分の決意を証明してくれたよ。じゃあ、今度は僕の意志を見てもらおう。
Huh? Who? What?
君はもう自分の決意を証明してくれたよ。じゃあ、今度は僕の意志を見てもらおう。
Calls themselves Boku. That's some important info. Is it Chong? No, it's not Chongyun. Is it Chongyun? Senna? That's... It's definitely not Diluc. It's definitely not Prince, not Fremine. Not Gaming, not Goro. Not Heizo. Not Ifa. Not Kaya. Not Kave. Not Kazuha, there was no Degozaru. Kinich was yesterday, apparently. I don't think it's... No, it's not Lin and Mika. Not Ororon. Not Razor. Not Sethos. Not all of these. Not Leslie, not Wanderer. Not Xiao, not Xingqiu. Xingqiu has no resolve to do anything. Wait, so who was like a pick I considered? I considered like one or two characters at the start. I considered... Chongyun? Or Sinnoh?
君はもう自分の決意を証明してくれたよ。じゃあ、今度は僕の意志を見てもらおう。
Is it like Sinnoh? I don't know, man. Who are you? It was Diluc? It didn't sound like Diluc. They had that long of a streak? Was this the like, highest 65 streak? That's not much of a streak anyways. My highest now I think is Genshin character. Yeah, that's 139. This is the streak I care about. This did not sound like Diluc. To me. Gotta listen to some Diluc voice lines. It definitely wasn't Albedo. Like, I knew who it wasn't, I didn't know who it was.
モンドのディルック、約束通り参上。無駄話ならご遠慮願いたい。何か大事をなそうとしているなら、興味はある。
I guess I kinda remembered his lines as being even more like deadbeat.
挨拶はよそう。昨夜は無事でよかった。
He has a bit more emotions in his profile voiceover lines than in the story, feels like.
大団長ファルカ。彼の立場は理解できるが、彼のやり方は認められない。いや、言い過ぎたな。僕はとうにセピロス騎士団ではない。忘れてくれ。
It makes sense, but This was different from the Diluc in my head. Okay, what are you? Could be like a whirlwind or maybe like a flower? Let's go. I don't think it's Venti's birds, but let's just go Venti. Yeah, it wasn't. What if it's like Skirk or something? Like some cryo crystals? No? Wait, probably Hazo actually. No, Galeblade. Oh, wait! Is Galeblade not an MOMC? I guess it's Jin then. Yeah, it's Jin. I would have picked Anemo MC if it was an option though. What is the Anemo MC name? The skill of the Anemo MC? I can check it here actually. But I can check it here. Windblade, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's not even called Windblade, but he says Windblade, right? I don't even play in English, but I've seen a lot of memes about him saying Windblade over and over again. Martial artist? Maybe? Who would this be? What? I don't think anybody really fits the bill. It wouldn't be Yansan. You know, fun? What? Is it like Ayaka? Oh, it's Ayaka, okay. Sure. Okay, here we have a pretty decent streak as well, 72. It is not my highest though, I lost 100 streak before. So it's always Shuei, of course. One sad thing about picking Shuei is that like 1.6 down arrow, I cannot like really get much information from this. If I picked a character who came out later, I could get more information whether it's like 1 down arrow or 2 down arrows. So I probably should pick somebody else, but I will wait until the next Shuei one-shot and then I might switch to a different character. Somebody from like late Chanjo maybe or something. So like Yunli or whatever. So yeah. This could be anybody. I don't know who uses these mats. It can't actually be Jingyuan. Let's go Asta. Oh, it is Herta Space Station. So it's either Herta or Arlan. It was Herta, nice. Please, 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 please. the one and only gambler. These bullets, that's Kafka. No, wait, is it Budhir? No, I think it's actually Natasha. Wait, no? Oh, it's Clara, okay. So multiple, I need to remember, because there are, all of these characters have bullets. I need to remember who has which ones. The multi-bullets are Clara. This does not, what is even this, man? Emojis. Aglaya. What does this mean? Acheron. Castaris? Wolf? Wait, what? Huh? Arlan? No. What? Huh? Wait, I'm so confused now. I'm so confused now. Butterfly is like could be Zella as well. Could be Firefly. But these don't fit either of them. Maybe it is Zella. Maybe the purple heart just means purple. Just the color. Don't think about the heart. Could be Arlan, because there is a doggo? But what does a butterfly have to do with Arlan? But then Zella isn't really Deadpan. It's like it's gonna be a Bronya. I don't know, Zella? It was Zella. Why wolf? Is it because she's like a lone wolf? Is there like a moon somewhere in her abilities? This is so random. Is there any like skill name or something? You know what? What if wolf means the hunt? Like a very bad way of saying the hunt. I think that's what this means. We have butterfly, we have purple. She's not really deadpan. So the first one that didn't really fit. And nothing about her is really wolfy, so it had to be the hunt. It is the hunt. It is the hunt symbol. It was Piper 2 days ago, but I'm going Piper first anyways. Oh! So this is lighter every time, right? 100% lighter? Yes. Wolf's hunt. But the hunt is not about just hunting. The hunt is more about righteousness. And just striking down evil. The symbol for the hunt should probably be closer to the actual symbol for the hunt, so like a deer. Because Lan has the form of like a deer person. A deer centaur. Okay, so I still have not touched any of the event activities. I've just done the story first, but there was not much of a story to it. Or just a bow, yeah. Although, bow might have been even more confusing. Because there are actually characters who use bows. There are no characters who are wolves. I guess Fei Xiao is a wolf. But nothing else fit with Fei Xiao at all, so like you would never pick Fei Xiao here. And you might be like if you actually if it actually was bow, you could maybe pick March or Kirene even. Because at least they are pink and pink is almost purple, so maybe you could like go with that. Okay, 28 resin is like nothing, whatever, I don't need to spend it now. No, that's not where I TP. I'm lost. Let's just click not cry here on the map. I don't know. I don't even know where my camera was, or like where I moved my map to. So one more weekly check. Irrelevant. I have not done 10 domains this week, but that's because of Stygian ley lines, which are not ley lines either, which is kind of funny. Yeah. There aren't any events that expire tomorrow. 2 weeks here. Oh shoot. Yeah, okay, we need to do the Nephra trial. I'm just supposed to hit to get better than you. I'm not supposed to press my skill yet. Wait, I burst it. Okay, it did count. Should count as domains? Like, it's not really a domain. It is a ley line. So I guess it should count as ley lines. What is Diona doing in this team, man? Diona's grieving. Maybe I'm gonna waste time switching to Diona. Let us finish him with burst. Oh man, it's so bad. Couldn't even one-shot this enemy with burst. So yeah. Good thing I checked. Could have missed out on the Primogems from this. Of course it never happened before. I would never forget about character trials. And to miss out on free Primogems. And the mats. Can do a quick check in Miliastra as well. I'll just go to a lobby. But I'm pretty sure my VP is finished there as well. So yeah, weekly XP limit has been reached. All the weekly missions have been completed. And we still have 3 weeks to finish the VP. And we are halfway there. So it kinda checks out. So yeah, I have the VP outfit as well. I got it the other day. By just logging in. Yeah, because I like my last task was to like log in. Also, can I do a 10 pull? No. Man, the pull economy is so bad here. Not like it matters much. But whatever. So, thank you everybody very much for watching. But this will be the end of the stream for today. I do stream every single day at 8 PM CET, which is 3 hours before now. You can join the Discord server to get stream notifications and the like. Tomorrow will. So I already published. My streaming schedule for the next week. Tomorrow will be Star Rail, and then it will be like Genshin every other day, and either Star Rail or Zenless on the off days. So it's gonna be like Star Rail Genshin, Zenless Genshin, or something like that. So yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye!